Hi, everybody.
Hey, Rookie of the Year. Everyone should go watch it.
That's what we were just talking about.
Thomas Ian Nicholas, pre-American Pie, when he was the guy, he was the kid actor and stuff.
Hello, people. Hello, Jim Crimmins. What's up, Birdman? What's up, Bolus? Scott Bolus is here. That makes sense. What's up, Dutch?
Here.
Dutch, we saw you today.
I know, it's like...
But we went to bed.
For you, it's like there's 2 times where twice a day.
We've been 2-a-days with Dutch Yoda. 2-a-days in the Netherlands.
2 days.
I was going to say Deutschland, but technically that's not right. Deutschland is Germany.
Ooh. Oh, you can show that. Evan will not be censored on saying ass.
You will not be censored on saying ass.
Dabble dabble do here.
A lot of other things you will be censored, but not ass. What's up, Jake? What's up, Jane Crims? Punching the whole thing. It's been a while. We're actually not going to be punching. The reason is because we also got this beautiful broken token insert for it as well. That a very
our wood shop.
And a very generous follower sent us.
Let's be real, Nick. I'm calling it now. Bless you.
Woo!
I'm calling it right now.
What?
You're going to say and punch it as well.
Probably. But I'm saying we're building this now because he has to go to work. I may stay and punch it as well. But we're like, well, let's build the insert first because we don't want to punch it.
Yeah, and then like put it to the side
and then have to like
mix it up.
Try to like not mix it up while we, and so we're like, let's just build this instead. So we're like, oh, we'll build it before the stream.
It'll be great. Take 5 minutes.
And then we got about an hour into it. We're like, oh, we're like an 1/8 of the way done. So
this is going to be a process.
It's a lot of wood. You're right. So we're going to be doing this instead. And then maybe afterwards I may punch out while Mike's at work. We'll see how I'm feeling. Are we actually playing my favorite game, Gloomhaven? We're not playing it right now. We will play it.
I mean, yes, the general, I think it was the general,
yeah.
like, why would we punch it out if not to play it? So, yes, we are playing it. Indeed.
What's up, Grizz Diz and Tim Maynard is in here. Lunchy's in here.
Lunchels.
You're going to need a bigger hammer.
You're right.
I don't need anything.
This hammer's weak ass. We do a bigger hammer,
so
blow out your eardrums, so we don't want to do that.
Yeah, we're trying to not blow out your eardrums while we're hammering.
Let us know if for some reason you're like, oh yeah, that hurts.
We'll try and press fit everything. How is everyone? So this is our monthly live Q&A that was unlocked on our Patreon. Thank you anyone out there who is a supporter of our Patreon. If you are, cool. If not, honestly, don't worry about it. All our stuff will be free. I'll let that one slide, Birdman, but that's it.
What?
No more penile jokes.
Well, he said in his Who Are Ya? He said he's something age, but about 14.
Yeah, that is true. He did say.
He did send us a Frozen Nuts card.
He did send us a Frozen Nuts card.
Just saying.
Just put it out there that he's consistent.
Just saying, man.
Yeah, we're on these towels, so also because we're not trying to piss off
We are on tiles. Whoa.
Missy did not use a hammer at all? No way. No way. That would suck. That would
looked at it.
That would suck. Punch it. Punch it real good. So yeah, so this is unlocked by our Patreon, our patrons. Thank you so much for we've wanted to do this.
Patrons.
And I like these live Q&As. I like the chill streams. We do them on YouTube because we try to hit the YouTube audience as well with our live streams and go like, hey, you like this? Cool, come to Twitch. And we had a woman named Becca come, and she's like, I've been not wanting to come to Twitch, but I finally did. It was really fun. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Way to go, Becca. I don't know you're here.
Welcome.
So if anyone has any questions, please feel free. This is technically a live Q&A, so please feel free to ask.
It's a Q&A hangout session. What are y'all up to today? First of all, we're going to start the Q&A by flipping the Q to your A.
Ooh.
Put a Q on the A. What are you doing right now?
What are you doing? Why aren't you working?
They could and probably will ask the same about us now. We're working hard making money.
Jim Crimmins has the broken token insert for Aeon's End, and I love it. We have the one for Castles.
Castles of Mad King Ludwig is the only broken token product we own
that is
prior
true.
to this moment.
And it is quite good.
It's quite good, and unfortunately, we probably got a broken token insert for the wrong game, because we never play that game.
No, we sure never do.
But when we resell it, we're going to be able to up the price because it's got that broken token insert.
Indeed.
So it's an investment broken token. It's an investment.
Worst fight we had growing up. Probably the firework fight?
Yeah, we had a fight over fireworks, which just goes to prove that adolescent boys are not very smart creatures.
Because honestly, we fought up. We didn't actually fist fight a lot. Mainly because I knew my own peril if I did. Hit you, actually. Yeah.
But then one day,
we
said, I don't even care what happens.
I threw everything out there. So Mike and I did not always get along anywhere near as well as we do.
It's my fault.
Not really. We were both D-bags to each other. Look, I never blamed you for our childhood.
Mostly my fault.
because he is a big brother. Big brothers are a-holes to their little brothers. That is every big brother ever. Like, it is not like you did something bad.
Yeah, and then but that's one thing that like already knowing like when I, if I have kids and stuff, and just like I want to make sure that I
try and curb that as much as possible.
Yeah, because there's definitely something that like as a little kid there was like, oh, he's a big brother, you're gonna bully your little brother, and then like I did, and like was it partially because like people like put that expectation in my head, so I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I don't encourage that and be like, hey, don't be a dish.
Yeah, that's I agree. But nonetheless, Mike knew how to push my buttons very easily.
I did.
And back then, I had a very hair trigger when it came to you, not with anything else.
Yeah.
But with him, he could instantly set me off. And so one thing he would do a lot is I would be holding something, and he would just take it and just walk away, and it drove me. I mean, I go from 0 to 100.
Yeah, instant blood rage.
Instant blood rage. Grab a chair and try and hit him with it, or instant blood rage. I mean, just because it happened like 3 times a day for like 10 years. So I eventually got to the point where like,
it was just it was terrible.
So it's just how it happens, I would lock him in a bathroom for like hours on end sometimes because I have some kind of weapon. I wouldn't let you out because honestly, if you would come out, I would have hit you with whatever I had.
No, and I was just like,
and you were like, you knew.
I'm gonna stay away.
So we had fireworks.
Can I stop real quick?
Yeah.
Everyone, give a thumb up for the story going on right now. I see 1 thumb up on this video. Let's get some more thumbs up going. Let's pop in that algorithm. I don't know how the internet works, but let's get in it. All right.
I don't know how YouTube works. Good call, Mike. Good stuff. Love it.
Keep going.
So Mom would give us each like, I don't know, $20 or something for fireworks, and we'd each get our own fireworks because she knew not to try and mix them because it would be a nightmare.
Like maybe we'd agree on a couple big ones, but it's just like, hey, I'm gonna get these ones, and you can get a bunch of small stuff or whatever.
And it's very much like, these are mine, these are yours. Yes. Do not touch each other's fireworks, because we love fireworks. 4th of July is the best. And we were celebrating fire. Mike walked up and just took a bunch of my fireworks and put them with his. And like, I was trying to get him back, and like, he would just push me away. Just big brother stuff. He was much larger than me,
totally
so like,
asinine.
I couldn't do anything about it. And so I eventually like took him back, put him on my thing, and then kind of gave you like a little boom on the top of the head. Nothing like, I didn't punch him, just like a little boom, and then just walked away because I figured that was it, because that was usually the run-of-the-mill stuff. And for some reason, you got a little more upset than usual.
Our blood was boiling that day. It was hot or something.
It was hot, and it was...
I didn't take that well.
He did not.
Even though it was my damn fault.
I walked into the kitchen, and Mike walked in the kitchen, grabbed me by the neck, and like picked me up and put me against the refrigerator. Was choking me like that, which again was a pretty normal occurrence. Like, our mom was like doing dishes. She goes, "Boys, stop." Didn't even turn around. Like, no, like, worry at all. Even Mike's like literally like choking me against the refrigerator. And again, Mike then lets me out, listens to our mom. And again, that's usually the end of these things. Like, usually something like that would happen. Mom would tell us to stop, and then we both go on our ways. It was not a big deal. But for some reason, this one, I was freaking... We got 2 downvotes. Shame on you all.
I know. I hope it's our own people trolling us. If not, if there's people out here, everyone's entitled to opinion, but I'm like, who downvotes a Q&A? I just don't understand the downvoting system.
Because I hate you!
I know, online. I think it should only be upvotes or nothing at all. Because it's just like, no, your Q&A sucked. I'm like, 2 minutes in, you think it's like, how do you have this strong opinion?
Nonetheless, though,
bizarre, man.
So Mike let me down. That should have been the end of it. But for some reason, I was not having it that day.
Blood was boiling.
Blood was boiling. And so I then turned and punched Mike in the face as hard as I could.
Sucker punch.
Straight. You got cold cocked him, sucker punched him. No idea. I've never hit him in the face before. We wrestle and fight a lot, but like, we've never like actually close fist punch each other before. Like, honestly, we did have that much restraint. No idea where it came from. It happened, and I just straight look. One of them went away. One of them, and I straight sucker punched him, and it hit him, and then instant blood rage from Mike, and he picks me up and throws me across the kitchen into a wall.
Yeah. Like in the air, he traveled through the kitchen in the air, and then
into a wall, almost knocked me unconscious, and then our mom lost it on us and started screaming at us. Yeah. That was the worst fight we ever had.
Yeah,
and that was the end of it, and it's never gone anywhere near that afterwards because we both were like, okay, this went way too far.
Close second was another time where we used to have our kitchen, and we had like a little laundry room that was separated by a door with a glass window. So it was on the laundry room side of the door, like being a twerp to Nick, and like, or something, and Nick just like punched through the glass window.
I forgot about that
to
one.
try to get at me.
Like,
And somehow you didn't like cut your hand at all. You know how rare that is? Like you punched straight through a glass window and
then
get
was
a
like
single,
reaching for you.
didn't
Not
get a
even
single
like,
cut. Yeah,
no
that was,
cut.
That was
yeah.
another one that Mom wasn't happy about.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, I punched straight through a window trying to get to you. We didn't get along when we were younger. We're like, you guys are such good friends. I'm like, now we are.
Took a minute. Guys. Point is growth. We grew.
Anyone want to get a game at Game House on this Saturday?
Huh?
Maybe. I don't know. Hit us up later. Maybe. I love Game House.
I will not be available, but for sure.
Do you use glue when you use broken token? If a little joint is a little loose, then I'll use glue. But for the most part, we don't. They tend to friction fit very, very well.
Yeah, we haven't had many.
And it's good, Dutch Yoda. Dutch Yoda sent us a package, but it's taking longer than he expected, and he's apologizing, and he doesn't need to.
There is zero need to apologize.
Zero.
Can I say something? And I'm like, I don't care if it, whenever it gets here, that's just beyond.
Yep. Don't care.
Anything that anyone ever needs to do for us. Folks.
Yes. So please do never apologize. But like, the thing that I'm sending you is taking a little long. That's fine. I don't even worry about it.
Just the fact that you'd even think of us is bonkers, though.
Mike, what's the age difference between us? Brandon wants to know.
It is just 3 weeks exactly shy of 3 years.
Indeed. 2 years and what? 49 weeks.
49 weeks. 2 years, 49 weeks.
Too neat. And yeah. So that is the age difference. So basically 3 years apart.
So this year, Nick's birthday's on a Friday, so I know damn well that my birthday
is also on a Friday. Yeah, that's the one thing that's always nice. Is our birthdays always match like that because it's exactly 3 weeks apart. That makes sense. What's up, Alush?
Yo, what up, Alush? Thank you, Alush, for giving your comments on the Who Are You annual Metagame Minute.
Yes, thank you everyone who has given comments on the Who Are You. If you have not, go watch the Metagame Minute and tell us a little bit about yourself. If you're comfortable, do not. If you are not, don't worry about it. If it's just you want to pull a Diz and go, I'm Bill, that's cool too.
That is totally valid.
Tim Maynard asked, will you guys watch my video and give me honest feedback? Thanks, I want to get better. Yes, we will. Can you like email it to us or something like that? Because I will forget to go back this far.
Or if you're on our Discord, which anyone and everyone is welcome to, can you put it in there so we can?
Yes, that would be lovely.
Throw it out to the Bing Bong crew. We're all trying to help each other get better.
Julio, what's up? Just watching while in the office. I mean, homesick. No.
I like notes be. Hey dudes, what this is? This is a little Q&A / we are building the broken token insert for Gloomhaven. And then, depending on how much time we have, hey, every time you go to big, I look at me and go, ooh.
It was like,
ooh. Maybe should have thought about the hair, Mike.
You know.
What are you gonna do, guys? What are you gonna do? And yeah, so we're just having a little Q&A. So this is, again, an unlocked Patreon community goal. We don't really have anything in the way of, like, if you give $20, you get to be more of a Bing Bong.
No.
We don't F that noise, all right?
Yeah.
So our whole thing is community goal based. If we, as a community, reach certain goals, it'll allow us, basically, it buys us more time because I have to work less and stuff, and we can do things more and blah, blah, blah. So this was like one of the early goals we got was this monthly Q&A that's going to probably live on YouTube for the most part, but as most of y'all know who are in here, we do all of our stuff on Twitch that's live because Twitch is the schnizzles.
yes.
So give a follow on Twitch right now, and if you're new to us and don't know we have a Patreon, we have a Patreon, guys, at the Brothers Murphy. You can go check out what we have to offer right there. We're close to unlocking a pretty dang cool segment called The Brothers Murph Review Your Childhood, which
That's right.
will begin with our childhood age era stuff and doing reviews of toys and fad stuff from the 90s, but then I want to get into, like,
Y'all.
what was the 80s?
Yeah,
what was
the 80s?
What was happening in the 70s? Like, how cool are Slinkies? I don't know. Let's find out together. Stuff like that.
Ben Legend said, my brother came at me with a shovel at one point. Luckily, he was little and couldn't swing it. I came after Mike with many knives.
Yes.
And sharp objects.
I literally have, like, a couple knife
Yeah.
scars from there.
100%.
We got one right here, one right here.
Yeah.
Knife wounds.
One's way too close
Knife-
to a major vein.
Yeah, man. Just right there. just missed.
Yeah, yep. It happens, you know?
But yeah, good times, guys.
That's how it goes.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of rage. I mean, there is, but...
Van Dyke said, I was told I pushed my little brother down the stairs, but I don't remember. I guess there was a hole in it for a long time. Yeah, it checks out. It happens. How long do I plan on growing my hair? Honestly, I don't know. I last time I grew my hair out, I I didn't know how to style it. I didn't know what to do. I just kind of grew it and was like, all right, and then just cut it again. This time I've really been conscious about, like, no, if I'm growing it out, I need to learn how, like, to make it look nice and stuff like that. And I've done that. So now I enjoy having long hair much, much more than I did the previous times I had long hair. So at this point, I figured I'd get to about this point and cut it off. That's usually what I do. But this time, I'm enjoying it. So I'm probably going to go for a while longer. I don't know. I have no idea. Eventually, though, when I do cut it, I will cut it into the sweetest white trash mullet you've ever seen. And I will have it for at least one stream.
Just a gnarly
and that stream, people better bring them biddies.
The same.
Because it's going
You ain't
down.
gonna shell out for a mullet.
It's going to be rough.
Oh, it's gonna be the worst.
We have to film so much stuff in that, like, day or two that I have it.
Oh, yeah.
Just, we're going to have to plan everything
Here's the thing,
around.
let's be honest. A month or two.
You had yours for a long time.
I've had a mullet 3 times in my life, and I'm proud of each time.
you never regretted it ever, dude.
Just say.
Okay. What do I need? I need 7s and 12s.
7s and 12s.
Mike, what are the plays that you've been a part of? In general? Go through some highlights. What's your faves?
Oh man, some of my faves. I've done a number of Shakespearean plays. Those have probably been among my favorite pieces.
I've done a decent amount at this point.
First Shakespeare play I did that I like really enjoyed and got was The Two Gentlemen of Verona.
The one where you're a twin?
No, that was Comedy of Errors.
Okay.
Which is also really fun. Yeah, so I did Two Gentlemen of Verona, and I played one of the clownish characters, Speed. So he's basically a servant.
He does a lot of drugs.
He's a drug dealer. I'm the servant of Valentine. And it's cool because that's when I like really kind of got what Shakespeare was. You know, I was a little older and understood the language of it all.
It sounds like thee, thou dost.
Yeah, and I was like, this is nonsense. And I was just like, this is hot amazingness. Yeah, so that was really cool because I got to play a clown, like one of the clownish characters, and you realize, like in all of his plays, the clowns are the smartest people in the room. They know what's going on. They see everyone else is caught up in their own like little games and stuff, and the clowns are just like, look at these morons, and they get to like talk to the audience essentially, and you know, be that wink, you know, and it's just like super fun. So like that was just such a turning point for me. That'll forever be just burned in my brain. So that was my first play at the Sacramento Shakespeare Festival, and I did that for 3 years. I did Comedy of Errors the next year, and I was one of the twins, one of the lead character twins. So it was Antonio of Ephesus. And that was really fun to play a twin and try to work on that. And like that's just like a classic. It's like one of Shakespeare's earlier plays. It's just classic, like switch them up. So like the one brother comes in, the brothers don't know the other exists and stuff, and like you know,
kind of like his version of a farce.
Yeah, 100%.
Not super farcy, but you know, like kind of the same thing. You know,
we don't know each other exists, and then we each have servants who are also identical twins. So like everyone keeps getting mixed up, and they're just like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, oh come on, you know exactly, Romeo. It's just very fun and silly. And then I did The Tempest. It was my last year at the Sacramento Shakespeare Festival, which was really fun. And I got to play another clown. I played Trinculo, which was really fun.
You were great in that one. That was fun.
Man.
Who was your opposite?
I mean, it was me, a gentleman, Ed Lee, who was Stefano, and then Eddie Jackson was Caliban, the monstrous creature.
Never mind.
We were a trio, comedic trio.
Indeed.
Yeah, so those are some of the highlights of doing Shakespeare. What else have I done that's really cool? I got to do a world premiere of a play that my buddy David wrote. That was a couple years ago. It's all David if you've ever seen our streams. And that was super fun to like do a play for the first time. It's never been done before, and figure it out and work on it and have it get better as we went. And that was like a big farce, and that was super cool. That was special because that was like 8 or 9 years in the making.
Yeah.
Because David started writing the first iteration of that play like so long ago.
Yeah.
And it's changed significantly over the years.
We've read a lot of drafts of that play.
We have. And that was just really cool to like see it go from like something that he wrote when we were way younger, and he got better and better as a writer and stuff, and then to finally actually put it up, so like that was a really neat thing.
Yeah,
something that was like so many years in the making come to life. That was really special.
Yeah.
Gosh, I've just done a lot of stuff. I guess. A lot of things. Yeah, Shakespeare's my jam. I want to do more. Soon.
Busy said, Evan is currently sick from eating stale candy corn. What is the worst thing you've ever eaten? Think that made me the sickest?
I've never had like food poisoning. I've
Neither have I.
never been terribly close either.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've ever eaten something that made me sick. I've never even gotten anywhere even remotely close. So I don't have anything for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, so is there extra stale candy corn in your house?
Yeah, because I will eat it. I don't care if it made him sick.
I got an iron stomach. I'll be fine.
Mike does have iron stomach. It's very true. Hello, Joy. Birthday plans beside music videos. My birthday always consists of going to the Griddle, which is the best breakfast place in LA. And then I don't really care after that because I don't like planning my own birthday. I absolutely hate it. And
that's what I'm doing.
That's what Mike's doing. But nonetheless, it'll probably involve sitting around playing games and the Griddle. What do you want to do for your birthday?
Dude, it's like a million years from now.
It's so far away.
I have no idea. I just don't want to work.
Yeah, I would love to not work.
I don't really care, but like sometimes I'm just like, this sucks. No one should have to work on their birthday.
I agree. It should be a national holiday, like for you.
It should just be a thing. It's like, piss off. Work and wait till tomorrow.
What's up, Chad?
Yo, Chad. What's up?
Chad asked, what kind of work did I do when I used to work with drug addiction? Understand if you want to discuss privately. No, I don't care if I'll talk about it here. I can't say any like specific names because I can get sued, obviously. But so I did a number of different jobs there. So if anyone doesn't know, I worked there for like 6 years. I did a ton of different stuff. But I used to work at a drug rehab facility. I worked there for almost 6 years. And that's the primary of my work has been in that. I did a lot of different stuff. I started off as what is called a mentor. So that's like someone who's like with the clients all day. I like ran one of the house. Well, I didn't run one of the houses, but I was, I ran one of the shifts at one of the houses and stuff like that. So I worked the clients all day, made sure they were, doing what they needed to do, getting what they needed to get done. I got them where they needed to go and stuff. A whole bunch of different stuff. And then I moved to a position called the activities coordinator, which was created for me. Which is basically taking them on activities. So we used to go rock climbing. We used to surf, go skydiving, whole bunch of different stuff.
Trapeze school.
Trapeze. We used to also
do a lot of cool stuff in that position.
In that position, I ran the volunteer program. The clients were required to do a certain amount of volunteer work while they were with us. So I was the one who set up all those events and put on all those events. I really liked that job. It was basically the funnest job there because I got to do all the funnest stuff that all the clients got to do while they were there. I was the one who ran it all.
Like you're going to Magic Mountain. Who's going to take him? Next, like me.
Yeah, me, exactly. Then I moved on from doing that. I ended up doing some like admin type work there because I was just like, working with the clients one-on-one like that is exhausting and you get burnt out after a while. I mean, pretty much everyone does. And I had gotten burned out from being like one-on-one with the clients. Like you're on the front lines. All the jobs I was doing was like very, very on the front lines with the clients. And drug addicts are difficult. Lovely. I love them to death, but they're very difficult people. If anyone has ever known an addict, which is every single one of you. And so then I did some admin work because I was just like, I want to work here, but I need to be away from the clients for a while. So I did that for about 6 months and it was great. And then I kind of got my dream job there where we moved into a new building, and the new building, they built this like big art studio. We had an art program, but the art program was very small. They built a brand new art studio and they asked me to run it because they knew I was an artist. And so for the last year and a half that I was there, I ran the art studio, which was by far my favorite thing that I did there, by far the most rewarding thing that I did there, because I got to share my talent, my passion with them and help them grow through art. It was amazing. But then out of nowhere over the summer, the rehab work that closed down. They just said, hey, in 2 weeks.
It's been great and all.
Yeah.
But, we're done now.
They literally like gave us 2 weeks notice. Hey, 2 weeks, we're closing. We're all like, oh, okay. So I've been unemployed ever since. But that's what I did there. A lot of different stuff. Are you guys planning on playing Gloomhaven on stream? It's very possible.
Stay tuned for more on that in the new year.
Yes.
Fam.
There will
it's not guaranteed, but we are there might be an opportunity to like do Gloomhaven on stream. So we're definitely open to it, I think.
Definitely. I would love to.
Is that something that people would be interested in? Put some thoughts up in our
put some thoughts up in there.
Put your thoughts in there. If you're interested.
Sitting here.
You want us to fucking play it? We'll fucking play it.
What is your favorite Super Smash Bros. Fighter and why is it Jigglypuff? I have played maybe 3 games of Super Smash Bros. I always liked Captain Falcon because I like to be like, Falcon Punch! I like saying that. Other than that, that was it. I played, again, maybe like 3 times. I was never into Super Smash Bros. We were big Nintendo guys. I just never cared. I don't know. I never got the appeal of that game.
Out of Super Smash Bros. Before it, like, it was popular back in the day, but like it blew up with like GameCube and all these things.
Yeah.
And like we didn't go that, like we'd stopped Nintendo by that point.
Yeah.
So we missed our window.
I've never
now
cared.
Like everyone's so good at them, like forget it.
Yeah. It seems cool. Like if I had a Switch, I would probably get it because it seems like a fun game. I've never cared. Honestly, I know it's like freaking.
I was always Kirby because Kirby was like the easy one, and you could just suck people up and take their power.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was just Kirby.
What are favorite shows from the 90s, Mike? Ooh. Gosh.
Well,
let's go like cartoon.
Yeah, I'd say you got
family sitcom. Oh man. That's probably it because we were kids, so we watched mostly those. Cartoon was probably Rugrats. I was a big Rugrats fan, and then Rocko's Modern Life. I love
Rocko's Modern Life. Rugrats is great, but I'm probably like Doug.
Ooh, straight up Doug, huh?
Probably a Doug guy. Angry Beavers.
Banging on a trash can. Drumming on the street.
I mean, so for live action, it's got to be Home Improvement, man.
He was such a hipster before his time. He had a banjo and everything, you know?
Dude, Doug?
Strumming on the banjo.
You know he's hipster as hell, dude. How many people are Quail Man every year? To this day. Cause
I was Quail Man for 1 year for Halloween, and we went to West Hollywood, and I was very popular. That was a great costume.
Yeah.
Surprisingly easy to do. If you don't know a costume to do, get Quail Man. You get some tighty-whities, a green vest, and then you put like a red Q on it, and then get a belt. Yeah. And like some cargo shorts. Your money. Great costume.
Great costume.
Sitcom. We were huge Fresh Prince fans.
Fresh Prince and Home Improvement.
Yeah, those are the 2 we watched a lot.
Watched them with our dad.
Yeah. Fresh Prince, Home Improvement.
For drama, man, you know what we watched a lot of, Nick? We watched a lot of Seventh Heaven.
We watched our mom.
Hell of a lot of Seventh Heaven.
Loved Seventh Heaven, and we watched Seventh Heaven like every Sunday with our mother. Yeah. It was great.
It's pretty awesome. Then growing up, going into the teen phase, man, I was all in on Smallville. For about the first 18 years it was on, and then I was all out for about the last 20. Because that show was on for.
That show was on for literally every year.
Yeah.
Didn't the main dude, isn't he in jail?
No.
The dad?
Oh, on Seventh Heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right?
Yeah.
He ended up being like a pedophile or something?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Tim Maynard, I'm gonna drop the invitation for the Discord in the chat right now.
Goofed it. Yeah, everyone should join. Everyone should join the Discord.
Everyone should join the Discord. This is where we chat and talk all day and night long.
There's just
people
like
from all over the world.
So much. There's so many categories and stuff. It's like really anything you could want to talk about. There's probably a category, and if not, make one. We'll make one for you, and you can chat about it. We got sports up in there. We got just good stuff that's happening in your life. We've got stuff that's not so fun going on in your life. You just want some support. We got, you know what? Once in a while, people talk about board games, Nick. Yeah. Crazy.
All right, that is the link for the Discord if you want to join. It's
Strumming on my banjo.
Blake Isaac said, hype! That must be Blake Isaac.
Hype!
What was the last live music you went to? Oh my gosh. It was probably with you because I never go see live music. Oh, no, that's not true. I saw my old coworker, John. He worked in the music department at the, because the music and the art department were one and the same, more or less. We worked together. And our coworker and friend, John, is a musician. It makes sense. He had a live show, so I went to see that. That was the last live show I saw.
I'm trying to think.
Was it Weezer? Couldn't have been Weezer.
No, I'm missing Weezer a bunch. Probably the last big concert release I went to was Green Day.
Oh, okay.
It's freaking awesome.
The last big concert I went to was Weezer.
Yeah, we went and saw Weezer and who else was playing that concert?
I don't know, some guy. Panic! At the Disco was playing that one, wasn't they? Yeah, they were great live.
Panic! At the Disco was fantastic live. Weezer's really fun too. I've seen Weezer like 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah, at this point, you've seen a lot.
Because there's always at like festivals and stuff.
Bang! Try
it. So probably Green Day for me. We saw them at the Rose Bowl, and it was fantastic. Like they put on a heck of a show. Where'd my instructions go? Can I see that real quick? I just want to make sure I'm done.
Yeah.
What's some things that y'all have seen? Are any of y'all into live music? What are some?
I don't know where this goes. Oh, it's right here. I had a piece. I was like, oh god, where'd this go? Oh. It goes right here. I guess you're fine.
Yeah, but you.
Oh, I need to take these off. Damn it.
You done give some.
It's hard to read.
You done give some.
You done good, you little bit. What's up, players? You guys bring me great energy. Keep it up. Sean Holland, thank you for saying that. We really appreciate it. Cheers to you, good sir or madam. I assume sir, but Sean Johnson is a gold medalist in her name.
Yeah, Sean is a very kind
of a unisex name at this point. Yeah, which is great.
Fantastic.
Mullet for Bitstream. It'll happen eventually. Sorry, we're probably at least an hour behind.
An hour behind. We're catching up right now. Sorry.
If you go back in time and tell your early board game selves one thing, what would it be? Don't buy just everything on the Board Game Geek top 10 list. We didn't buy everything. We have Eclipse, and just because we were like, oh, we should just find the top 10 board games.
What if we bought Through the Ages back then, dude?
Yeah, or Agricola or Twilight Struggle was number 1 back then. Can you imagine? I don't know if I want to play Twilight Struggle now. It's yeah. So we did not buy a ton, but that was originally how we kind of were like, oh, we like board games now. We should just get the top 10 games.
Because you're kind of like, where do you start?
Because those are the best games ever, is what you think, and you're like, no, it's just majority decision, not your decision. So I would do that. That would be my suggestion.
What have you done on this here, Nicholas?
I am finishing this one.
So you've done any of these?
Nope. Chad Stilson said, my sister lives in Simi Valley. Have you ever been? Yeah, Simi Valley is right.
Drive past Simi Valley all the
over
time.
there. Yeah, we
just
are
down the 118, brother.
In that area very often. That is very close to us.
Strumming on my banjo.
Have you guys always been close proximity-wise since you were little, or did you part ways for school or something, moving,
briefly,
etc., and then meet back up? Yes, we were together our entire lives until you went off to UCLA.
Yeah.
And then we were apart, and
not even that long, I guess. It's 2.5 years.
2.5 years, yeah. It was
that was
the worst.
And those 2.5, not so fun
years of my life. It was easier for you because you were. I feel like you were in school.
I was very
doing
busy.
stuff. I was not. I was just back in Sacramento doing nothing.
You were working, yeah.
Except for working a job I didn't like.
In a town you didn't really have anything to do.
Yeah. So I mean, I moved here to be closer to him. That's ultimately the reason. And so it was
a decision.
No, it was a great decision, right? It's been a long time now, but it was not a good time for me. Yeah, let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And Lunch is excited for my birthday song for you, Nick.
I'm excited too.
Me too. I'm pretty excited. I think the idea is good. If I can execute the way I'm picturing it all, it's gonna be solid. I'm really excited for it.
I am excited. I got turned down for an idea, so that I'm not gonna do that idea anymore.
Wait, what?
So let's just put it this way.
What do you mean turned down?
I got turned down. I contacted a local cricket club and asked if I could film there, and they said no.
A local what?
Cricket club.
Cricket club?
Cricket.
Like the sport?
Yep. Got turned down, so that idea's out.
What were you gonna do? Can you
talk about my life?
Save it for next year.
I'll not tell you the idea because I might use it again.
Did you say, hey, why don't you drink some tea, you uptight bastards?
Yep. So mine was gonna have something to do with cricket. Not anymore.
Damn.
So
canceled.
It'll be weird.
For my birthday, Nick, can we go protest the Critic Society or whatever the hell? Why do your games take so long? Play baseball like a freaking American.
I work at a screen printer, and I had to work overnight for my birthday to print sports teams championships merch. That sucks. That is not a good birthday. Yes. Oh my gosh. I used to do screen printing at my old work. I loved it. Oh, okay, cool, Jeff. I got you.
Wait, what?
Ooh, Pedrak said, I went to PAX Unplugged for my birthday this week before finals. Completely ill-advised and worth it. Emma, what's up? Said, hey guys, sorry this has been asked already, but what are your plans for UK Games Act show next year? You definitely coming over? Live show. Has not been asked, at least not in this session.
But how dare you?
How dare you?
Short answer, we have no idea.
Yes.
It is not 100% confirmed that we are going.
No, but or trying, yeah.
I can't really picture why we wouldn't go.
Yes, I would say there's a good 90% chance we're going, but I'm not going to say guaranteed until we have plane tickets.
Exactly, and the thing is about plane tickets to Europe is that it's a lot of money. So we're like, we need to make sure we have
money,
a couple $1,000s to get there and back and all that jazz. But I think if we can get there, we're golden.
Oh,
and the plan is to Go to UK Games Expo, play some games. Basically speaking a British accent the whole time because no one will be able to tell that I'm not from there. And just really like, we don't know much about it, man. Like,
yeah,
about Britain. But then the other thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Huddersfield.
Go to Huddersfield, yes.
We're gonna go see what Huddersfield's all about. As Dan Hughes keeps muttering on about it.
I know.
And spend some time with the Hugheses.
Yeah.
You know, again, assuming we can get that kind of time. So it all comes down to time and money, folks. Because time
and money
is money.
Time is money. You're not wrong. Yes. So again, we can't say for sure. We are expecting to.
Yes.
But that is as much as we can honestly say.
It's all but confirmed. It's just yeah, literally going to be
plane
like
tickets. We have a hotel already. We just need plane tickets. Yeah. So yes, that is the general plans. If we are there, well, there's probably going to be a live show regardless. But if we are there, there will most definitely be a live show.
Indeed.
I believe it will be happening anyway. But yeah, if we're there, for sure.
Glue, please.
So
thank you for asking. Put vibes out there, folks. Put affordable flights.
Wizard Man works at a place where they get their birthdays off. Didn't you at Block by Block?
It was always kind of like, hey, you don't have to work your birthday if you don't want to.
All right.
It was very nice.
Oh, good thing we are mega behind. Okay. No Twitch today. No, not today. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And we'll be playing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to play Dinosaur Island, you butts.
We're going to play the new Dinosaur Island.
Would you all want to see us play Dinosaur Island or my... You think so?
On Twitter, yeah.
Huh?
You want to say that Totally Liquid or Duelosaur? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would y'all want to see us play
yeah.
more? Dinosaur Island, Totally Liquid, or Duelosaur?
Take a little impromptu poll right now. Let us know. We were saying yes to Gloomhaven. That would be a lot of Gloomhaven. Let's just put it this way. I don't think it would be on our stream.
Yes. We would do Gloomhaven. We're trying to work something out with... should I kind of talk about it in the abstract?
I would... In the very abstract, I would say, just to be safe.
Well, what does that mean? I mean, we haven't been given, like, gag clauses, man.
No.
We are trying to work out something with Gen Con. We did a stream on their channel that went quite well, and they would like us to stream more often on their channel, which is something we're trying to work out. And if we can work something out, that might be a place where we might do something like a Gloomhaven campaign to try to build. They're trying to build up their kind of Twitch presence and stuff, and have asked for us to help them out with that. So we might do something like that on there, which would kind of keep the Brothers Merv side of stuff a little more free to kind of play different games, just in case, like, you know, someone's like, I hate Gloomhaven, I'm not going to watch that, I'll see you in 3 years or something. You know, we didn't want to lose you for 3 years, so that's what we're thinking at the moment. But that's kind of a new thought. So who knows if that will happen or what?
Yeah. So it's possible. I don't think it would be on our Chanel.
Yeah. So we'll see. The question with the Gloomhaven thing is, you know, we didn't know about getting Gloomhaven until really recently, and then the Gen Con thing is something that, like, may happen someday. So we're like,
that would be convenient. Yeah.
I'm gonna give the real good strong answer of, yeah. There you go.
Pretty much.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Which one are you working on right now?
You did this one, right? Okay, this one then.
I'm gonna work on this one.
Okay.
This is the one I'm gonna work on, Nick.
Okay.
You see this one?
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay,
This
cool.
is this one.
Cool.
Who out here's played Gloomhaven, y'all? Sound off.
This is like big boy Lego. Chad, you're not wrong.
It's yeah, you're right.
Diz goes to a lot of concerts. Everyone else, let us know.
Yeah,
like,
Diz, So
what's your last things? I know that was a question that was like 20 minutes ago, but hey,
Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and Iron Man 3 Ultimate Christmas Trilogy or Ultimate-est Christmas Trilogy. Shane Black has quite a fascination with Christmas, and he sets many of his action films and things around there. So you get like Lethal Weapon and Iron Man 3. I was just like, of course. It's like Iron Man 3 is just like you got like Tony and Rhodes like running around without suits. I'm like, all right, so it's just Murtaugh Riggs, like go straight lethal weapon.
Yeah.
Forever, and yeah. Here's the thing. I'm of the belief that like those are fine Christmas films.
Yep.
I mean, they certainly take place at Christmas, so why not? You know, why not?
Why
is that not a Christmas movie? That's what I gotta ask.
2. I need 2.
I need 16.
I
see
2. Let me just do.
See 16. Let me know.
Gremlins. Gremlins is a great Christmas movie. For those, I would say Die Hard, Die Harder, which takes place in Christmas for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, at least the first one they're at a Christmas party.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, he's in town for Christmas. Like, it makes kind of sense.
Sort of sense, yeah.
Dark Titan said, "Cheers, guys! I love This Game Is Broken podcast. Found the channel that way. Thank you so much, Dark. We appreciate that a lot. There's a new episode today that came out featuring No Pun Included with Eka and Elaine. It is a great show, honestly, a really, really good show. So go check it out. Thank you for saying that, though. We do appreciate that.
By far, the thing that people talk to us the most about is This Game's Broken, and we are proud to be a part of it.
Yes, we are aware.
A, B, C.
Chad said, my goal for next Gen Con is to play a board game with you guys. What do I need to do to make that happen? Just remind us when it's closer.
It's not that like cash is the only way, but like it's
it
better
is the
than
best way.
Checks. It's better than a check.
Let's just put it that. Let's put it this way. It's better than a check. Now, just let us know. We got to play. Gen Con's tough because Gen Con is busy. I mean, it is busy. Just bananas busy.
But we would always like
we try for sure.
Yeah, that's the whole thing we always say is like we would love to be able to play games with anyone and everyone, and it does not take anything other than like us having time. Like,
us being free at that moment, kind of is what it is.
Yeah, there's no.
Though we will be having another Gen Con meetup like we did last year, so definitely be there for that because that will happen.
Yeah.
So
that happens after the convention closes. That's our time. Up there, it's their time. Down here, it's our time. Right?
What?
Goonies, Nick.
Dude, I don't watch that movie.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
You know, since I watched that movie, it's probably been at least 10 years.
I don't understand you as a human being at all.
We should play the Goonies game again.
No, you don't like it.
It's so hard.
You don't like it though.
I like that game.
No, you don't like it. You don't even like it.
What games are you playing the most lately? Anything new on the favorites list? We just got a bunch of games at PAX, so I feel like we've been playing those a lot.
Strumming on my banjo.
But what have we been playing? That's not like new, and so we've been playing it a ton.
Well, but I mean, why does that matter?
Not necessarily. It's not. I'm trying to think of other things on top of that.
Well, but you didn't even answer the new. What's been the biggest takeaway from PAX for you? What's been like the thing you've been digging on?
Honestly,
what's been your booth at?
Probably Fireball Island.
Fireball Island.
To be completely honest, if not that, then Architects of the West Kingdom. I'm probably most hyped on right now.
Architects of the West Kingdom is quite fun. I'm also digging on Keyflow quite a bit.
Yeah, I want to play Keyflow again. I really want to play it with another person.
Then you know what? You can invite someone over.
Not you. No, not even like that. Keyflow, Architects of the West Kingdom, been pretty mega hot on.
Indeed.
What else? What else have we been playing a lot?
What else have we? We haven't played a lot. The main thing I'm into right now is Through the Ages, man.
Oh yeah, on the app.
Been on the app, and I'm all about it. About it.
Yeah, you have been. I finally downloaded it. It is quite good. It's like I played it a ton while we were on vacation because we were just like sitting at a cabin for hella long. So I would just sit there and play Through the Ages, and then we were on planes a lot. So like I would just sit there and play Through the Ages and stuff on the planes. It was it's quite good. It is quite good. I don't think I would ever play the board game Through the Ages, but I would gladly play the app.
Yeah, it's kind of like, why would you do that to yourself? Just because it seems incredibly fiddly in many ways.
It's just so much upkeep and stuff. I'm like, yeah, no way.
It shouldn't be this much work to upkeep the game.
It is so quick and the rounds. Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
thinky, challenging.
Mm-hmm. That's been kind of my main.
It's your main squeeze.
The main squeeze right now.
How
about y'all? What's good out there? What do we need to be trying right now?
I feel like there's something.
Should I be strumming on my banjo right now?
Gingerbread House we played a lot.
Yeah, I'm really digging on Gingerbread House.
Castles of Burgundy I've been like pretty into lately.
I know. Well, we still haven't played because we played a lot of the Roll and Write Castle of Burgundy, which
That's
is
probably
really
what
fun.
it is, yeah.
But it's been making me want to just play the actual game, and we meant to play it the other night, and we just ran out of time.
Yeah. We played Carpe Diem and then the new Pandemic Fall of Rome, which was very interesting. Turns out we accidentally cheated for the first bit of it, and we still got crushed in the end of it. So yeah, the new Pandemic Fall of Rome is very cool, very different, but still very pandemic-y. Kind of what I want from these kind of pandemic around the worlds, if that's not what they're called. But you know, it's essentially the same thing that like Carcassonne does and stuff like that.
Strumming on a banjo.
But it's like they're different. They definitely are, you know, and it's like
Street light.
So yeah, let us know. People were saying Totally Liquid, Dualosaur, Dino. All right, look at what we were asking for Totally Liquid, at least for right now.
All right.
Mrs. My bun's on point. Thank you. My bun is on point today. It's crushing today.
Fantastic, dude.
Yes, Diz, we did see that. I'm gonna try and change that today.
What happened?
Our schedules are messed up on our Twitch. There's like 2 of them, and they're I don't know, they're weird. They're weirded out. Uncle May says, "Is the volume really, really low?" We were saying a little low, maybe. All right, well, sorry.
We can.
No one else seems to be complaining too much, so
we can try to crank it if need be, folks.
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know, man. Let us know. We turned down a smidge so we didn't blow our ears with any hammering.
That is true. We are trying to not just blow.
If it's too low and you can't hear us except for the hammering, then that's probably not good either.
So Gen Con says they're doing Magic right now, so it'd be nice to see something else on it. Yeah, I think their plan is they definitely want to, whether or not it's with us, they want to up their streaming a lot. So
yeah, they're trying to get more of a presence and stuff, and they like us. And the cool thing is if we end up doing stuff with Gen Con, is they've said very much is like they just want it to be our show.
Yeah, it's just us on their show.
It's our normal show. So all the normal shenanigans and silliness, and just it'll be on Gen Con sometimes.
Yeah.
Which would be rad, so then like we could choose if we wanted to do Gloomhaven, but I don't think we would ever be forced into it, you know what I mean?
That's nice. Yeah.
And that's nice too.
Wait. Did you ever try Kingdom Death Monster? If so, thoughts? No, but one of our good friends has it, and we've been wanting to try it.
Carcassonne. Yeah, it's gonna go down one of these nights.
Yeah.
We've been waiting. We've been trying. Maybe that's what I did my birthday. Just have a quiet game day. We've been trying to find like a day to game it up. You know, just like get some food, some snacks across. You know, the room there,
do
and
some
just
big
like
stuff.
just like lock ourselves in and be about it. You know what I mean? So we're
planning on it. Hasn't quite happened yet, though. We've looked at it, like we've broken it open with Crookie and stuff like that, and take a gander. It's cool. I've watched Twitch play it, not Twitch, Twist on Twitch, Twist Gaming, who you should check out and follow. They are lovely people. I've seen them play it a couple times. It seems cool.
Seems cool if you're a nerd.
Woo!
I don't know.
Missy just retired her Gloomhaven character. I'm very excited about the.
So is that, are you happy about that? Sad about that? Is that just a fact of life? What?
It is a fact of life. I believe you have to eventually. You get to a certain level, you don't have a choice.
Certain level, and every time you draw a card, it's just a character saying, "I'm too old for this shit."
Just,
well, better
Murtaugh it real quick.
Better retire, I guess. You either retire, or don't Murtaugh.
Jeez. And again, thank you to the person who got us this. You know who you are.
You know who the frick you are.
You are wonderful and lovely. Who jabs in the middle of 2 Gloomhaven campaigns? Woof.
What? Woof. What? What's that like playing 2 at the same time?
Dude, like Sean Bean is here.
What?
Sean Bean!
What?
I love you in everything you do. He said, my wife and I beat Gloomhaven, then circled back and played the scenarios we missed due to branching decisions. Can't wait for the expansion. Dope.
That's awesome.
Sean Bean, first of all, you're just the greatest.
This thing, man.
You're the best part of every
Fellowship
movie.
of the Ring is quite simply the high watermark of the entire damn series.
Which is saying so much,
it's
so true. You know, like,
accurate.
Oh my gosh.
So
God, I love you, Sean Bean. How long did it take you and your wife, if you don't mind us asking? Oh, glue.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and then someone else they played 50 scenarios over the last year and a half.
I know, wild. Lunch said best concert experience was seeing the Boss. I'm guessing Barbara Streisand come on stage at a Dropkick Murphys concert. Wow, that's awesome.
That's pretty righteous.
That's pretty dope. A Lush. No, we have not. We'll try and do it this week. It's been a crazy time back. Talking about how we had a chance to look at this print and play yet, which you put in the Discord. I want to check it out. I have not had a chance to. Sorry, brother. But we will.
Yeah, it's pretty nonstop from here to the end of the year, so we're just kind of trying to hang on as best we can.
Padraic said, I showed Nightmare Before Christmas to my dad. The only thing he said after watching was, whoever came up with this was not sane, and then he just walked out of the room. That's awesome. You guys still owe the world a good cribbage lesson / demo. That is very true. One thing that
I should stream that soon.
Mr. Evan Schmalz, Missy's husband, mentioned on our Patreon is that because on our Patreon I put up a poll so that you can decide what my next board game highlight will be. It looks like Downforce is going to win. So we want to start doing polls like that on our Patreon more often. Just kind of like, hey, what do you guys, thanks for the support. You'll get to decide this segment kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he mentioned, he's like, hey, you guys should do a board game highlight on cribbage. And I was like, that is such a good idea. Like, so that will happen soon. I don't know who's going to do it or when, but it'll happen soon. Because that is a brilliant freaking idea.
Yeah, cribbage is just a classic, man. Like,
Alrighty.
I still love it. It's still fun. We don't play it nearly enough. But every time we do, it's just so nostalgic. Takes me right back.
It's such a fun game. I taught it to one of my coworkers, another guy who worked in the music department. This guy named Tom, because he was getting more into like kind of classic card games type things and getting more into board games in general. And he'd always ask me stuff, and I played it with him, and he really dug it. So he was playing like online all the time, and then whenever we had a moment at work, we would play it, and it was just a blast. Just a blast. Have we played, Uncle May asks, have we played the Marvel Legendary Ant-Man expansion yet? I'm kind of new at Legendary, but we bought the core and all the expansions up to Secret War Volume 1.
Nice.
Loving it. I'm an addict. We did the same thing. We bought everything up through Civil War.
Yeah.
And then stopped. So no, we have not played it.
We haven't bought anything since, yeah.
But honestly, some of the smaller ones, and maybe like X-Men, that's what we'll probably end up getting. It's like if a smaller one, like one of the Ant-Man ones, looks interesting, we'll probably do that. But we just have so much for it. We have not picked up anything new since Civil War came out. And that was like 2 years ago now almost at this point. So,
yeah.
It's an outstanding
so much legendary
game,
stuff. It's just like, what do we even do?
The problem, I think what's kept us, and this is probably a good thing, what's kept us from buying a new expansion is that we're going to have to make a new box.
Yes.
And it's
We've already made one custom box.
We're going to have to make a new one.
Which might not be the end of the world.
You just make this one?
So, yeah. So you did this one?
Yes.
So that's done. So we're here on G. And just all those. Look at that one. Oh, look at that. Oh, my Lord. Look at that right there. Oh, my Lord. And here's the thing. I got to go to work.
Okay. I will continue.
I will jump back in before I leave to say good day. But right now I got to change because I got PJs on. So can't go to work like that.
He does. Give thumbs up for Mike.
Thumb it up for Mike.
If you have not...
If you're that one thumb downer, come on, man. I know I won you over. Should I bring... I'm going to bring... I have time. I want to bring... Don't
punch yourself.
Punch yourself all day.
I'm not punching you.
You got to bring the history rule book with me to work?
Well, just to refresh?
Yeah. To get an idea.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to try it.
All right, I'll be right back, fam. Just get an idea. Yeah, just refresh on it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Be good.
Have you played / completed Rise of Fenris? We have not. We are planning on starting very soon. We're trying to get a group of people to play it with us, frankly. Because we don't want to play it 2-player. We want to play at least 3. We have people who we know will play it. We just got to figure out a time to start playing it. So I'm just going to transfer this so I'm sitting in the middle here. So we're planning on it. It has not happened quite yet. because we're waiting on people. But we are very excited. We played My Little Scythe last night on Twitch, and it was outstanding because My Little Scythe is outstanding. Nathan said, have you gotten totally liquid at the table yet? Those marine dinosaurs are bad news for the health of my patrons. They are really threatening. Like, I read the rule book. We got it yesterday morning, and I was working all day, filming, editing all day, and then we streamed. Excuse me. And so, no, I have not. We have not played it yet, but I have read the rule book, and man, some of those marine, they are so threatening. It is going to be so hard to maintain that, and it's already hard to maintain threat in that game. Woo, girl. So I'm very excited though. Blueprint expansions are on point. I'm very excited about Blueprint expansions. I'm very excited about the one with the executives. That one, I'm very excited about that. That one seems mega interesting. What's my favorite Christmas film? My favorite Christmas film. Oh Lord. I'm gonna say the Santa Claus. I know it's not the best one. The best one, I think, objectively, is Elf. But I love the Santa Claus because that was our Christmas movie growing up. That was like, that wasn't like, it was just, we watched a ton of Home Improvement when we were kids. We loved Tim Allen. And that was our Christmas movie, was the Santa Claus. So the Santa Claus is probably my favorite. Elf is up there. A Christmas Carol, the one with Albert Finney, is that his name? Something Finney. Albert Finney, Mike's ex-girlfriend, loves that movie. So she made us watch it all the time during Christmas. And that one is damn delightful. And then, honestly, the new Netflix one with Kurt Russell is really good. Like, that one is going to be part of the canon at this point. It is already there. It's outstanding. Really outstanding. And Kurt Russell, just as, a fit Santa, is the funniest thing on the planet to me. And it's so great. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so that's my jams. Jim Kerman said, lately had fun playing Australia, Imperial Assault with the app, new campaign, and the Great War Commands and Colors. I've never played any Commands and Colors. Not one. Want to try it. Haven't gotten around to it. This is a trash. I'm not just throwing it on my floor like a freaking heathen. Also been playing Dragonfire card game, Arkham Horror LCG, Hands in the Sea, and Guide Project. Cool. Oh, gosh. Oh, Karen's in here, apparently. I saw the thing just jumped to the bottom. Hi, Karen. One does not simply be Sean Bean in a movie and survive. That's very true. Oh, my gosh. Sean Bean said, took us about 150 hours to get through Gloomhaven. Over 8 months. 150 hours.
Was that in between shooting your new show on TNT?
Is that a new show on TNT?
Interesting.
That's awesome, Sean Bean. I love it. Chad, I'm glad. Thank you so much. Also, if you've not checked out our top 100 games of all time on the Dice Tower, do that. It'll eventually be on our channel too, but it's on theirs. What is that? Oh, that's the damn chair, isn't it? Stupid chair. There we go. Please check out our top 100 games of team. It's fun. And the deflating bullpen buddy. The bullpen buddy was the greatest purchase I've ever made in either of our lives. It's the greatest thing we've ever purchased. It's so fun. He's always inflated, always just staring at us. He scares the hell out of you when you're walking around the house at night.
He scared the crap out of me last night.
Yeah, because he's just a dude with a bat sitting there.
Yes. Went to pee and had a heart attack.
I know. He's also he's only 5 feet tall, so he's really short, and it's just which makes it weirder because it's a short dude with a bat sitting there. Bring him Bolton Buddy, Mike. Look at him. Look how beautiful he is. Oh, I love him. I love him so much. Okay. And what do I need? 11 F and E. 11.
What, the 11F?
What, the 11 F? World War Hulk Marvel Legendary is totally worth getting. I've heard that one is outstanding. And X-Men. X-Men is probably the next Legendary I'd want to get, just because I hear it's really, really hard, and that's what I want, honestly. So we almost never lose it anymore. Legendary, we've just gotten good enough at the game where we usually don't. So, like, I'm looking for difficult stuff. I had high hopes for Bullpen Buddy, like Bus from Mythbusters, a recurring guest. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. Mark my words, Julio. Bullpen Buddy ain't going nowhere.
Bullpen Buddy is part of this damn household.
He's part of this life.
As far as I'm concerned.
Karen's here, Mike.
What? Oh, love. What are you doing? Hi. Hi. I'm semi-see-through. I'm a ghost. Oh, yeah. Haunting a Hill House, man. I'll tell you what.
That's right. Lexum said, hi, Nick. Have you played Men at Work? It looks fun for a stream. We have not. It's like a stacking game, right?
What?
Mike, you're messing up the illusion.
Yeah, well,
now they can see our wall.
I need something to do at
now
lunchtime.
They can see our wall. Isn't technology fun? We have not. I would like to. I hear it's good.
Mind not the ghoul in the background.
Can you get all those out? What? Can you get all those out? What? Because it looks like shite.
The green screen looks like shite. Karen, I'm ready to go on the accent.
This is the issue right here.
Yeah, give me. I got it. Hold on. All right. Whatever. Nick doesn't get it.
But no, we have not played it. I want to though. No, this is right here. Over here.
This is over here now. Where are these wrinkles supposed to go?
Pull them.
Whatever. Oh my God! What in the ass? Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Sean Bean said we're playing the new Azul Windows thing after shooting your new show on TNT. Cool. Have a good one.
Here's the thing. I don't care if it's actually like Sean Bean, because the Sean Bean's rad, but if it was actually Sean Bean, I'll poop my pants.
I would straight poop my pants. Absolutely.
I'm a fan of you, Sean Bean, and then also the actor Sean Bean as well.
That's right. We're fans of both Sean Beans here at the Bros Murph.
Mega fans. Ultra!
This played the Marine Mammals this weekend. One player just bought 3, let all his patrons dies, and won. That's weird. Muppets Christmas Carol is outstanding as well.
Fantastic.
What's up, Misfit? And My Cocaine is in it. That's very true.
My cocaine.
My cocaine. My cocaine. You never touch my cocaine.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody know that. Had Mike let stuff was getting me for Christmas. Not to me.
What?
What you're getting, Karen?
Is she asking?
Yes, she is.
Karen?
Do I know? I don't know, right?
No.
Okay. My wife and I played 9 games of Gizmos in a row earlier this week. It was a blast. I love Gizmos. We almost got Gizmos. We ended up getting a different Phil Walker Harding game in Gingerbread House instead. But that is one of the next games we're going to be getting. I love Gizmos. It is exactly what Splendor and Century Spice Road and all those games should be.
Fun?
Yeah, fun. It's funny. We're talking to Mandy at Mandy Hutchinson at PAX. We're talking about Everson. We're like, we feel bad because he's like the nicest guy on the planet. And we just like shit all over Century Spice.
Karen, quit poking around about this
constantly.
This
chat.
Christmas.
Quit bugging these people.
I know. I think Emerson would get it because like we're doing each other a podcast.
No, he doesn't care. Yeah,
fun. It's like a joke. Like Splendor's fine and all that, but it's just fun to be like, you know, mega shit on and stuff. As a joke. Just saying, folks. Just saying.
So the Bullpen Buddy bit on the top 100 is amazing. When his head came off, I could not stop laughing. Yeah, Mike punched the shit out of that dude. Crack me up. Oz has been revealed. Alrighty. Well, if anyone's got, please keep asking questions. I'm gonna at least finish building this. I don't think I'll punch everything out on stream. I think it's gonna take me too long. But I'm definitely gonna keep building this at least. There's still so much stuff. What else is there to build? Apparently everything. But yeah, so please keep it coming. Scott Bowles said, I just bought Histrio because of you guys probably playing it tonight for the first time. It's just outstanding. It is so damn good. Broody Katuki, baby. You can't mess with Katuckles. He is the Brukles and the Katuckles. That's one of those games where I'm like, you fuck this game up too much. Then I'm like, nah. Need glue. This one's not staying.
I mean, that's the thing about it. It's like, it's a light game. So it's like, I feel like I have to do that, but it's like, that doesn't diminish it at all.
No.
So I'm like, I don't want to do like, it's a light game.
No, it's great.
Light game's the best.
Who said, is it an LA thing to always joke about cocaine? No, we just really, really like cocaine.
It's just pure love that fuels those comments.
Yeah, it's nothing but love.
I mean, everyone does do cocaine.
Yes, everyone does cocaine.
We actually love it.
Everyone does it out of loathing. We do it out of love.
Hey, respect to all those out there that are struggling with some cocaine addiction, okay?
Hey, man, I worked with addicts for 6 years. I'm allowed to joke about addicts.
It's like, we get like a joke pass because Nick dealt with addicts. Both their parents are addicts. It's like, you know, we get to say cocaine jokes. We get to say cocaine jokes. With that, folks, I'm out.
Bye, Mikey. Have a good day at work. I'll see you later.
Thanks, y'all.
You
Thank
work.
you for hanging out with us, everyone on the chat.
When you get off 7?
7:15 officially, but it might be a little bit earlier.
All right. Cut it out.
I'm out.
Yes, Larissa, I did. I saw the thing. That's awesome. You guys playing Keyforge? We get asked this question every single day. We have not yet. We want to. We have not yet. Though we meant to buy a deck or two at PAX and just didn't get around to it. We didn't even go to the Fantasy Flight booth when we were there. We ran out of freaking time. Is the hammer tiny, Nick, or is this your big mitts? No, it's a small hammer. It's not that big. Let's see. But it's better than have like a giant. You don't need a giant one for this, so it's a little hammer. Little hammer, big heart. Oh, am I to the bottom of the comments? Dang! Y'all need to ask some questions. Because we gonna be here for a second. No, you're good, Julio. We're just joking around. No, it might be. There's a lot of cocaine. Cocaine's like, I feel like not that huge anywhere else except for LA anymore because it's still, you know, it's the movie industry. The amount of blow that gets done in the movie industry is astonishing. So no, you're good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I only have 3 more trays, but they look like they have so many parts. Like look at the sheer amount of little things that goes in that one. Oh my gosh. What's up, Jordan? Do you guys have any pets? Yeah, your wife would definitely fit Diz for sure, because that's like half the jokes we make. Do you guys have any pets? What insert we're building? We're building the broken token insert for Gloomhaven while doing our Patreon live Q&A. Mike just left because he has to go to work, but I am going to continue building this just because I want to finish it. So that I can then punch out Gloomhaven, but I want to finish this one first. Do we have any pets? I recently got addicted to tarantulas. Interesting. I dated a girl whose roommate had an entire basement full of spiders. Like, because he, like, bred them. That's what he did for, like, a living. And it was wild. It was ripped to pieces and pulled out of its cage by ants? I had no idea ants were a threat to slings. What? Ants killed your spider? What? Do we have any pets? No, we don't have any pets. We can't have pets where we live. Hello, Mr. Slivers from Greenland. I know. I tried to go to Greenland on a weekend once. It didn't work out. What was it? Pets? No, we want a dog, but we can't afford it right now. Pets are very expensive, and we like rent time is like a DEFCON 1 situation every single month. It's never not been that way, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. That is life in Los Angeles. I need 6. So no pets right now. Eventually we will have pets someday. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I want a little pit bull so bad. But we will have to see. I don't know when. So honestly, this is kind of nice. I'm at work and just listening and watching. Love these streams. That's great. Yeah, I like these streams too. I like just kind of, because like I'm gonna be doing this anyway, like punching this stuff out or building stuff. So like I might as well be like hanging out with all y'all. Like to me, it's like this makes more sense than me just doing this alone. I might as well build that empire. Okay, I need 14. That's 15. Although I'm guessing I'm gonna need that in a second. I will. Okay. Slings equals spiderlings. I did not know that. Next art project. Oh, so many. I don't know if I'm allowed to say one, but there is one board game related that I'm doing. That's probably going to take most of my attention right now. But there's a board game one. I don't know if I can mention it, so I'm not going to, just in case. But there's that. In terms of I have a commission for Sakura that I've been working on for a while. That's finally, it's been a real trial, that one. It's been very difficult for me to do. And then so I'm working on that. I'm working on I have 2 other commissions that I'm working on, but they're like in the developmental stages. And then I have the next 3 in my gold series that I know what I want to do for them, but I haven't had a chance to start any of them yet. And then I have a new series that I want to start, but I need to do other stuff first. I don't have time. There's too much stuff. There's way too much stuff. But so right now, most of my focus, because I'm on a bit of a time crunch for it, is going to be on the board game one, and then working on the commission for Sakura, because she has been waiting very patiently for it, and I want to get it to her. And then again, the other commissions will probably be next, because all the other stuff is stuff for me or stuff that I want to do, but you know, that kind of stuff doesn't pay at all. So unless someone wants to buy it. So like I need to do stuff that makes me money. Where? This is 7. I'm gonna need this later. I know that. I am oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. Found it. Mike has a job, barely. I mean, I don't have a job. He has a job. My job is this. My job is board game stuff, which is awesome. But board game stuff does not pay very much. So I mostly try and spend as little money as humanly possible. Just when you have to put chits in the trays. I'm excited and dreading that. Why is Greenland icy and Iceland green? Who knows? That's very confusing. Thank you for using DEFCON correctly. I laugh people say DEFCON 5 thinking it's super serious. I do the same thing. It always makes me giggle. Oh my gosh, I have 3 of these. 2 of these are going to be the same. No. There we go. Okay, this one's a different one. Nailed it. Gloomhaven. Did you guys back the box thrown on Kickstarter by any chance? Just got mine yesterday. I don't... FedCut, I don't even know what that is. What's the box thrown? So no, we did not, obviously. If that wasn't clear, I have no idea. I have no idea. And Chad said, I design logos and graphics for a living. If you have any graphics, hit me up. We do have a graphics guy that we hit up, but it's always good to know more people who do that. I also try and do a decent amount of graphics myself, but it is always good. We may hit you up. We may hit you up. Thank you for the offer, though. We do very, very much appreciate that. You're eating some Chick-fil-A nugs. I have never had Chick-fil-A in my life. There's a couple. They're starting to pop up more and more here in LA. And I still have never been to one. Just haven't ever done it. Okay, I need 4B. I need 4B, people. Here's 4. Which one's B? Jesus. Oh, this is B. Okay. 4B and 4G, which I'm guessing is the opposite one. Sorry. Let me read. Putting this together, it seems to be more complex than the game itself. That seems very true, Peter, but I feel like it's going to make the rest of the game less complex once it is done. So that'll be nice. How are you, Peter? It's been a while since we've seen you, I feel like. Did we ever get you your shirt? I don't know if we ever did. I don't know if we ever finally got in contact. I don't know. Let me know, please. I believe that was you, at least. He gets so lost. Personal stuff doesn't pay, but it's good for the soul, my dude. I paint for a living part-time at a paint and sip middle school. Cool. And it's hard coming with new junk every month. Takes time for you. No, I hear you. It's tough. When I worked in the art studio, it was always hard coming up with new stuff. There's only so much new stuff, new art, new like styles and techniques, and like my bosses would always be like, "Why are we doing anything new?" And I'm like, "You try and think of new art projects. There's only so many." And especially like where I used to work, you know, with addicts and stuff, it's like there's only so many they're interested in. Like, there's no point in me forcing them to do something. Like, if you're gonna force them to do it, you might as well just not do it because you're not gonna get anything out of it. So like, yeah, it's like you gotta kind of sit back and take time for you and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I always make sure I work on my own stuff on top of doing commissions or client work or whatever, because I know if I just do commissions, I'll get burned out and I'll stop drawing. It has happened before. But the reality is that commission work pays. Did I do something wrong? Did I not? What? Just go in here like this. That must be for a reason. They should more clearly say that. Okay, cool. Yes, sorry. It is, especially it's like, and I know there's some stuff that I do for me that I know is commercially going to be more attractive, like the Wakanda piece I just did. Like, I know that that's going to be, if I do it well, something that other people other than me are interested in. But then there's stuff that I'm doing because I'm trying to say something, because I need to express this in some way. Like my gold series is that way. And like people like it, don't get me wrong, but like no one's buying those. You know, it's just reality. And I don't expect people to. I'm not being like, why are you all buying my art? I don't care. Like that's not what it's for. But it's just one of those things. So you have to balance like the stuff that you want to do that you know it's also going to be commercially successful. The stuff that you want to do that you want to do because you need something to say, but like people will appreciate it, but no one's going to care ultimately. And then commission stuff. Those three balances is tough. And so right now I need to focus more on client stuff. I have done too much stuff for myself this past year. Chick-fil-A is really good, but I find myself eating there less and less for reasons. I also have reasons. But I've heard it's good. I want to try it at least once. I just never got around to it. And now it's like so hyped up that I'm kind of like, all right, I don't think this is going to be anything special probably. So, but people assure me it's quite good. Oh man, did I mess this up? Oh, I hope not. Oh no, it's fine. Okay. It's a mental modular board game shelving system that stores everything horizontally. It's a dream come true for my nerd cave. I'm gonna look it up. Dice. I think I remember hearing about it. I don't believe I ever looked at it though, but I'll check it out. Come on, you bastard. Be stubborn as hell. It makes the game much easier to hit the table with setups cut down by 75%. Yeah, for sure. We'll be using the companion app for Gloomhaven. I didn't know there was a companion app for Gloomhaven, so probably. I'm sure it helps. Have you ever considered interviewing your roommate? I think that'd be so cool and funny to hear his take on living with the Murphs. I would if he was ever here, and honestly, like, I don't think his take on living with us would be that interesting because... Sorry, this is going to be loud for a second. Get in there. Sorry, one more second. At least I know this one's a tight fit. Jesus. That one's not going anywhere. I don't think it's been that interesting for him because he's literally never here. And so, it's possible. I mean, he knows what we do and he knows how crazy we are, but like, and I will say that like in real life, we're not quite as insane as we are when like we're doing sketches and stuff. Like, we are insane people, for sure. But, like, we're not quite... most people who have met us in real life know. It's like, we're not that crazy. We're more normal than it comes across. It's like we're not, like, Home Alone being like, what? That'd be weird. Okay, Peter, I'll hit you back. I'm sorry, brother. It's, you know... things get pushed out of the head constantly, so we're constantly trying to manage billion different things. But Peter, I'll get you that today, I promise you. I still need to get converters for inserts for Caverna. I've heard that's very necessary. And Fields of Arl, all right. I've never seen a hammer near board game before. Chuck, gotta do it. Gotta do it for this at least. B-Whoop said, oh yeah, I was meaning to ask about commissions. How do you like drawing animals, specifically doggos? I want to try it. One of my old coworkers was going to have me draw her dog who unfortunately passed away, but that never ended up working out. I have no problem drawing animals. I'm sure it'd be fun. I haven't really done it much, but I think I'd be fine at it, honestly, especially if I was going off a reference. If I had to do like out of my dome, I don't think I'd be good at it because I don't know like dog anatomy. But if I was like drawing an animal of yours or something like that, you were giving me a picture to draw or something like that, like I'm sure I'd be fine at it. I'm confident in my ability to do that. So email me at art.nickmurphy@gmail.com or on the Brothers Murphy if you want to. It doesn't really matter. Quantum Piece is really good, but your social media picture did not really show what was behind it. It looked too perfect. You couldn't tell that it wasn't made on a computer. I don't know how to make it look less perfect, I guess. I don't like saying that because it makes me sound conceited, I feel like. But I do really realistic work, so I don't know how to make it not look like that. Other than because if I would have to take like a worse picture of it. That's why like I try to do a picture of like me holding it, and especially in the video, I like pick it up and move it around. That way you can kind of see, because yeah, I mean it looks realistic because that's kind of the point. So, yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. That's an interesting conundrum. Do you ever have trouble pricing your commission rates? Yes, always, every single time. I do commissions as well, but I always have difficulty assigning cost of my work. So do I. There's a great Venn diagram I saw one time where one circle says like unfaltering arrogance and the other circle says crippling self-doubt, and where they meet it says artist, and that's so true because half of me is like, this is worth $10,000. And the other half of me is like, your worth is not worth dog shit. So it's tough. I do not like pricing stuff. It makes me very uncomfortable. I do it because I have to, obviously. But I really do not enjoy it. There must be a reason for this to be shaped like this. I'm guaranteeing it is. What is this? Is this 6? Is that 6? Haha. Yes, it's very difficult to price things, especially if you're talking to people who like don't buy art very often or don't understand art, because art's expensive, really expensive, and that's how it is. And people scoff at you a lot when you ask for what you think your worth is. And that's not necessarily always just with art. That's with anything. You go and ask for a raise and your boss goes, you think you're worth that? There's a lot of that in art. I've gotten scoffed at quite a few times and still do. And that sucks. It hurts. It makes you doubt yourself. But the reality is that people who scoff at you don't know art usually. Unless you're being like ridiculous about it. But most part you're not. Like, art costs a lot. It takes an insane amount of effort, an insane amount of mental power. It takes so much time. I mean, like, take my Wakanda piece, right? My Wakanda piece took 60 hours to do. If I gave myself a $20 rate, that means that piece would have to be $1,200. That's not including materials. And $20 an hour for an artist is a garbage rate, like a garbage rate, and it would still be $1,200, and it's only this big. It's not that big, but it takes a long time. It takes an immense amount of effort, and on top of that, that's not even including prep time. That's just when I put the first ink on the paper, not including me setting it up, me making sure everything looks right, me actually drawing it out with pencil. None of that's included in that. That's another at least 10 hours on top of that. But people don't understand that when you're pricing art. Some people are like, yeah, I get it, cool, great. But I feel like, especially if you're not a named artist, if you have a name that people know, you can start charging more because people will start paying for your name more than your art. If you're, you know, a massive artist like Kehinde Wiley, or even someone like, say, in the board game world, like Vincent Dutrait or Kwanchai Moria, because everyone knows them now, they can start charging more. But if you're just some dude who draws, no one gives a shit about your name, and therefore they're just going off your work, and it's really weird to price art, and it's extremely difficult, and it causes a ungodly like amount of anxiety. So yes, it is very difficult. So there were no edges or anything to be seen. Maybe a collage with one side of you finishing up and the other side with the image you are using. Maybe I could do something like that. That's honestly, Diz, one of the main reasons why I recorded the thing, is because afterwards I wanted people to be able to see that I actually drew it. Because I do very realistic art. That's what I do. That's my jam. I wanted to make sure people didn't think that, like, it wasn't a drawing, and so that's why I did the time lapse, so people could actually see me drawing it. Like, some of you watched on Twitch, so you know it's a thing, but I've gotten like fake before on my stuff, so like I wanted to make sure that didn't happen. But yeah, I'll try to figure out some way to make it more known. It's my thing, if you look at it closer, you can start seeing like pen marks and stuff like that. But again, like at first glance, it's like it looks very realistic, which again was the poipus. But yeah, I do hear what you're saying, and it's an issue when you're a realism artist dealing with stuff like that. Say, God, I'm not the only one. You're sure not. It's a luxury item, exactly. Luxury items cost a lot. I've learned to price out work based off your need for work. If you find that you're getting too busy, up your charge. It might scare some people away, but the offset cost makes up for it. True. That is very true. And honestly, I don't get to work on art nearly as much because I do this. I board game stuff, although it seems like we don't do anything, we do a lot. It takes a lot of time. And so, yay. I think, oh, this one's not done. Oh my gosh. 4A. It takes a lot of time, and so I don't get to do art nearly as much, and so when I do get to do it, I kind of have to work it in places. 4A, 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 and then 8F. How many of these do I have? 6. Sorry, but I'm just trying to... Oh, okay. Oh, there's 8. Okay, this must be... Where's the 8? Where's the 8? It's 9, 8. Is there 2 in here? There's 2 in here. Perfect. Okay, cool. I get it. And $20 an hour is horrible. Yes, exactly. But honestly, if I charge myself more than $20 an hour, people don't buy my stuff. It's the reality of it. Like, it's the reality of not being a known artist, is the fact that people won't pay for it. People just won't. It's just the reality. That's why I don't make cakes anymore. People didn't want to pay much over cost. Exactly. People don't. And I get it. People don't want to pay very much. Like, I wish I could pay less for art supplies. I wish I could pay less for Taco Bell. But it's what it costs, you know? For real, you see that $110 million painting that sold recently? Yeah, exactly. Have you ever considered printing your Wakanda or Star Wars piece on a shirt? Not so much Star Wars, because I don't think it would work on a shirt that well. Well, maybe. Yes, though. Ultimately, I've been wanting to put the Wakanda one and the Star Wars one on our Redbubble. So it's possible, for sure. Okay. Yeah, I just thought that the post deserved more legs. I think so too, Diz. I was hoping that it was going to be bigger than it was, you know. I had high hopes for that Wakanda piece. And it did fine. Like, don't get me wrong, people really like it. People really enjoy it. But I was hoping that it would get in front of one of the women, you know, who it was about. I was hoping that, you know, just that more people would see it, and it didn't, you know, and that's okay. That's trust me, that's the reality of being an artist. You put, and this is me sounding very, very melancholy about it. I'm really not, but it's just you put your heart and soul in something, and most people don't care. They just don't. And why do they consider digital art fake? That's ridiculous. I don't think anyone considers digital art fake. I think what he was saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that people thought it was just a picture, like just a picture, and not like an actual drawing. Digital art isn't fake at all. Digital art's very difficult. You're freaking me out. Get a rubber mallet next trip to the thrift store. Nah, man, it's fine. Everything's fine. What? How many do I leave in between? It looks like every other one. Is that what it is? Every other one? Okay. Wow, that fits in there pretty damn well. Wow, that's surprising. Also, people can find any other ways to monetize time spent in art. You can make it a little more worth it. So streaming or selling prints can help a bit. It's still rough though. Yes, and that's why I sell prints. That's one of the reasons why I streamed it. Because then if anyone like donated bits or you know, anything like that, I'm like, okay, well I made a little money. Cool, you know. Or it's just like, what's the same for? It's for Gloomhaven. Let's Talk Beer. Also, hello. It's good to see you outside of Twitch. That's one of the reasons why I do. But even my prints of Wakanda, I sold a decent amount, but I was expecting to sell more, and that was on me expecting more. But I really did. I thought I was gonna I thought I was gonna sell more than I did, and I didn't, and that's okay. But it's just you kind of got to hit as many different ways as you possibly can. Come on, there we go. Okay. Now, are these supposed to be offset or different at all? I don't think so. The worst is I can pay an exposure. Yeah, your exposure is nothing. No, I'm not saying that about you. I'm just saying, yeah, that's the funniest one. It's like, you getting paid an exposure. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, what are you talking about? There are some instances where that's true, but it is almost every single person who says, I'll pay you an exposure, cannot pay you an exposure. Most people who could pay you an exposure will actually pay you. But yeah, that is rough. Any thoughts on the Disney live action movies or the new Lion King CGI movie? The Lion King is not a live action movie. I refuse to call it that. I have no thoughts on them other than like they're fine. I don't get the point of them, honestly. Like they're fine. Like I all the ones I've seen have been fine. Like I don't think they're bad by any means. I don't think like Disney shouldn't be doing them. I don't really care about them though. I'm not like, yes, they're doing a live version of this movie or this movie. I'm kind of like, you know, whatever. Like that's cool. Good on them. Cool. I don't know what this is for, but cool. Bang. Alrighty. And now we got the next one. This one looks like, gosh, even more. Oh my lordy. Yeah, I just, hi Cheryl. They're cool. I mean, to me, it's like they're, you know, something like Jungle Book is like a live action. I'm like, there's a live person in it, but that's about it. They're not really live action. And especially, like the Lion King one is ridiculous. Like the movie looks fine. It looks cool. It's got an insane cast in it. So like, I'm down for that. But like, they're like, it's live action. I'm like, no, it's not. It's an animated movie that looks really good. Like that's what it is. And that's totally fine. That's not going to keep me from seeing it by any stretch of the imagination. But like, call it what it is. This is not live action. Like Jungle Book you can get away with because there's technically one live character in it. This one I'm like, what are you doing? This is not live action. The only one I'm interested in is Mulan because Mulan's my favorite Disney movie. And that one, with the exception of Mushu, there's not that much fantastical stuff in it at all. Like Mushu and, you know, the Great Stone Dragon and the ghosts and stuff, but you can have ghosts and stuff, whatever. Like, other than Mushu, there's nothing, it's more or less just a straight cartoon. There's not anything much, there's not much fantastical in it at all. So that one, like, to me, would translate the most to a live action movie because of the fact that, like, it's just kind of already a live action movie that happens to be a cartoon. And I just love Mulan. The Dumbo one looks cool, as you just said. It's a really unique story. It looks great. And again, that one is like, you can literally have all live action people, and then Dumbo is CGI, which makes sense. It's a flying elephant. So like, that's great. But some of these other movies, I'm like, this isn't, why? But they're making billions of dollars off them, so they're not going to stop. And honestly, if I was Disney, I wouldn't stop either. So, no shade. No shade at all thrown at them. Is this 7? It is. 7A, 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 7A. Cool. Perfect. The new Sonic movie posters look rough. I saw one briefly. I did not have much of an opinion on it. I don't care about Sonic that much, to be completely honest. They look fine. That's a movie I'm like, again, like kind of like, why are you doing this? But there is the new Pokemon movie coming out, Pokemon Detective and stuff. This stuff ain't gonna stop anytime soon. So, and again, like, if they're good, no problem. All right, beer. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Flying elephants aren't real? They keep trying to milk those stories. Won't be long before they retell all those with finger puppets. Honestly, I'm kind of more down with that. I am super excited for the new Mary Poppins, though, because I am a massive Emily Blunt fan, and I am a massive Lin-Manuel Miranda fan. So, very excited for that. And Mary Poppins is just such a classic. Come on, you bastard. What the hell? These are mega tight. Jesus. This isn't going at all. All right, Lush, we'll see you tomorrow, brother. Jen Bartel posted a screenshot of Daniel Panabaker sharing her Killer Frost art and said artist unknown, so it's always important to credit the artist online. Yes, that's very, very true. Please always credit the artist online. No matter who you're sharing, please give them credit. Because there is a lot of art theft in the world. People stealing ideas, all this kind of stuff, especially now that like everyone puts stuff online, it's very easy to steal art. And yeah, so please credit people. Someone put their heart and soul in that. Give them credit for it. What the hell? I am doing this right, right? Yeah. Have you decided what race will play in Gloomhaven yet? No. What's up, Becca? Absolutely not. I have not even looked at the races very much. I know there's a Tinkerer. I like the name Tinkerer, so I might be a Tinkerer. I have to look. I don't know. We watched our good friend Shay's talk through video, but like I didn't know much about Gloomhaven beforehand, so like a lot of it kind of went over my head. So yeah, no idea. Something cool though. I love the art. The art is beautiful in the game. I'm gonna grab Exacto Blade. Hold on. Do you take any measure for protecting theft when you post your stuff, like cropping and stuff? No, I should probably start getting like a watermark that goes on my stuff, just in case. I don't think anyone's gonna steal my stuff. My stuff is not really commercially marketable, to be completely honest. Some of my like my Wakanda stuff is, but like everything else, it's like not really like. Mostly you have to do is you have to protect it from people who would then try to like sell it to like Macy's or something. Like for when I worked at Macy's, they got into a big issue because they hired an artist to make, you know, a design for a shirt, and that artist gave them a design and they were like, oh, this is perfect, and then they printed a ton of them, and it turns out that artist had stolen that design, just straight up copied it, like printed it out from someone else online, straight stole it. And Macy's got a lot of heat for it, and they pushed it off on the person they hired, which is kind of like at least legally fair, because they're like, yo, like this person is to blame, not for us and stuff like that. But they got huge hot water. So like that's mostly when you need to watch out. It's for a lot of stuff like that. And none of my stuff is marketable. Like none of my stuff like would be hit up for something like that. It's just the reality. That's okay, because that's just not what I do. I'm going to mute myself for a second, because I'm going to bang on this thing very hard. Hold on. And we're back. Hi, everybody. Sorry. This thing was having a rough time to get in there. Make sure you pick the Gloomhaven minis before you pick your race, too. I thought I was some badass homie, but turns out I picked the smallest one. Still badass, but I thought I was like the big Hulking character. Good to know. Good to know. Any arts and graphic designers should look up Say No to Spec on YouTube. You'll see how backwards the graphic design industry is when paying a designer. It's really funny. I'm sure it is. It's just, that's one thing, like, I have never had any interest in being, like, a graphic designer, even though there's way more money in graphic designing than there is in just straight being an artist. But, like, I know so many people who have been in that industry, and it's freaking sucks. Man, it has never looked fun to me. Some people like it, and the money's good. I will give it that. The money is great. And there's a lot of work in there, but, like, man. What's up, Connor? What's Nick making now? I am making the Gloomhaven Broken Token insert. we were planning on punching out Gloomhaven, but we decided to try and build the insert before the stream, thinking it would take like an hour, and now we've been doing it for about 3 hours. So nonetheless, we didn't have time. Mr. Game Watch, I'm a graphic designer. Totally. Like I said, it's from what I have no interest in working in that field. That's my personal preference on it. Other people, I know some people would like it. Some people I know who did it for literally one day and then quit. Like, yeah. So yeah, so no shade at all towards graphic designers or anyone who loves that field. It's just never anything I've had interest in. Gonna mute for a second. Hi, everybody. Dang, Nick's hate graphic designers. You still hear that? Shut up, Mike. Get out of here. Yeah, hobo. Yeah, I called you a hobo. I don't even care. Wait, I gotta put on the sides. Where are the sides? What are the sides? 9A. Where's 9? Here's 9. Yeah, hello. I know a long time working for companies. I finally took the plunge into full-time graphic design, found my niche in the industry, and will never do spec work. So backwards. That's wild. People quit because it's not their stuff. You're making other people's stuff. You have to love blinging out other people's stuff. That's very true. As a graphic designer, you're never really making your own stuff. You're always making someone else's. That's a very good point. Very, very good point. Yeah, it's a really good way of looking at it. That I think is probably the reason people don't enjoy it that much. Would you ever want to do board game art as a more permanent thing? I don't think so. I think I would enjoy doing it occasionally. I think I would enjoy doing like a game or two. I would like to do it because I was watching an interview with Vincent Dutrait recently, and he was talking about like one thing that's nice about like board game art is you get to do a lot of like weird stuff. You know, not like weird as in like, you know, creepy or something like that. But just like you end up doing a lot of like weird stuff because you have to like illustrate this theme. And the theme may be something like, what's a weird theme? I don't know. Histrio. I'm looking at the box right now. It's like, okay, you're going to illustrate like a theater troupe. They're like, okay. They're like, but make everyone animals. like, you know, do all, you just get to do this weird like sci-fi things. Or like there's so many weird themes in art. In like sci-fi and fantasy and just all this and that and this and that. Or like the Fireball Island. It's like, hey, we're going to hire you to make a big-ass volcano island and you're just going to light everyone on fire. And it's just like you get to do a lot of really, really interesting stuff that you probably would never do on your own. That's one of the reasons why I think as much as sometimes I'm kind of like, I don't want to do commission work. I just want to do what I want to do. And get all like friggin' get all high and mighty about myself. One thing that's really nice about commission work is because it's not something that I want to do. Rather, it's not something that's like in my head. This is my idea. This is my thing. It pushes you to do stuff you would never do. Like, for the most part, you stick in your comfort zone. Like, I mostly do portraits because I like doing portraits. That's what I'm most comfortable doing, and that's what I have most interest in doing. But I shouldn't only do that. I should branch out. I should learn to do new stuff. I should spread my wings. I should expand my horizons. All different cliches like that. But if it's just up to me, I probably won't, to be completely honest, because I'm a human, and humans don't like going outside their comfort zone. So I like client work because it forces me to do stuff that I would never do. Like this piece that I've been doing, working on for Sakura on and off for like a while now, is something. The reason it's taking me so long because I've never done something like before. The piece that I'm doing, the board game piece that I'm doing, that I don't know if I can talk about yet, is like mega something I have never done before. And I don't even know if I can do it at this point in my artistic career. I honestly don't know if I have the skill to do it, but it's good that I'm trying, because if not, I would never try to do something like this. I just wouldn't. I would stick to what I'm good at and what I know. And so, yeah. So, I think, I don't know how the hell I got on that. What the hell was I talking about? Who asked me the question? Oh, would I ever consider doing board game art as a more permanent thing? That's one thing that's nice about board game art, is I would end up having to do a lot of stuff that I would probably never actually do on my own, and that's a good thing. But I don't think I'd want to do it as like a job. But maybe, I don't know. I like doing what we do. I'm too much of a buffoon to not be in front of a camera. Like if I did it as like a side thing, you know, occasionally doing a game or something like that, I'm mega down for that. But that'd probably be it. All right, cool. There's a little debate going on about graphic design stuff, but yeah. So animation is the same thing. You can make bank, but it's for other people, so people quit. Yeah, that's fair. I know people. A lot of people in the animation business too. Do you think I'll paint the clear Fireball Island board? I was thinking it might be cool to paint the underside instead, so that the paint wouldn't get damaged from fireballs, snakes, and bees. That would be very cool, and it would protect it. I don't know how well it would show through, though. It's clear, but it's kind of like a hazy clear. I don't know. I think it'd be cool, and in terms of protection, you're bang on about that. I just don't know if it would work. But yes, I am going to be painting the maker kit. I'm going to be doing the outside of the box just in my markers, and then I will be painting the board. I don't know when exactly. I may be starting on the box. Woo! That just threw an X-Acto blade into my arm. Luckily, the other side hit me. I might be starting on the outside of the box as early as this weekend, just because I want to start on it, and I agreed to do it on stream so that people could hang out, chill, and do it. The board itself, though, I don't know when I'm going to do that one. It'll probably be a while before I do that one. That one is just, what was the art email? It's art.nickmurphy@gmail.com. I think. Is it a dot? Hold on. Hold on, let me double check that. I can't ever remember if it's art.nickmurphy or art.nickmurphy. No, there's no dot. Sorry. art.nickmurphy. Also, check my website, which is art.nickmurphy.com. I think. Probably. I can never remember if it's a dot or not. There's a dot on my Instagram. There's a dot on something else. And not a dot in other things. Computers just another medium. Of course, they are. Very much so. How do you feel about the permanence of mistakes in drawing and painting? Graphic design sounds appealing since it's easy to fix and change mistakes, or are they all just happy accidents? Hammer knocked my camera out of focus. Did it? Which one? This one? No, it looks okay. Did it? NickMurphy.com. I tried to get NickMurphy.com. It was gone. So, yeah, NickMurphy.com is somebody else. Also, Nick Murphy Art is a different Nick Murphy who does art. Because I was trying to get that one too. But it makes sense because my Instagram name is art.nickmurphy. So, my website is art.nickmurphy. Sorry, Peter Rebo said, how do you feel about the permanence of mistakes? Bastards. That's why I don't draw digitally. I don't draw digitally at all. I will sketch digitally because digital art, it's going to I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying digital art isn't as good or digital art is easy, because it's not. It's really hard. And it's just as viable as painting in oils or drawing in markers like I do or whatever. It's just as viable. The thing about digital art is it's forgiving. It still takes another kind of mind to do digital art that I don't do very well, because there's layers on top of layers and there's all these different filters, and there's so many different things you can do in that world that I don't know any of it. But it is forgiving. You can click undo. You can, if you're smart, you'll make things in layers. So if a layer isn't working, you can just delete that layer and you won't delete everything you've done. It's pretty infinitely forgivable. Not easy, but there's a lot of wiggle room. You know, it's like, oh, you made a hand the wrong size. Okay, you can circle that hand, enlarge that hand, and then the hand's still there. It's exact same shape. It's just bigger. I don't like that part of digital art. I don't think it's bad, and I don't think anyone who does digital art is lesser or anything like that. I personally don't like that. I need the permanence. I need to have one shot at it. I like that about traditional art. I like that about what I do specifically in general, which is markers and pen and ink, because it's permanent. Once it's there, markers, that you have some wiggle room. You can help out with colored pencils, which can change hues and lightness and darkness. But pen and ink particularly, I used to use just ballpoint pens. You're screwed. If you mess up, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do to fix it. If you make something too dark, well, it's that dark now. If you make something too big, you can't erase. And you can't use like whiteout. It doesn't work. Like you got one shot at it. And I like that. I like that challenge. If you got one shot, you either do it or you don't. If you don't, you got to start over again. I like that. It challenges me to be the best artist I can. And again, that's not any shade at all thrown at anyone who does digital art under any circumstances. None at all. But for me, that's necessary. I need to have that. That's why also I don't really paint, because painting is much, much more forgiving than something like pen and ink or markers, because you can just paint over something. You can do layers and layers and layers and layers of paint. In pen and ink and markers, you can do some of that, but not very much. You basically have one shot. And so you got to bring your A game, because there have been times I've gone all the way through a drawing, or like 90% of the way through the drawing, and realized I messed up the proportions on something, or realized that I made something too dark, and then I would have to compensate by making everything else too dark, and that would ruin the thing, and I've had to throw it away because it was done. And I like that. I thrive on that. I need that. There is definitely some happy accents, kind of like, well, that's how that is now. There's not I'm never pleased completely with everything I do or anything that I do. There's plenty of things in the Wakanda piece, which is, I think, probably at least like execution-wise, probably my best piece I've ever done, that I'm like, oh man, I wish I could do that over again. You know, but I need that, you know, and especially with markers, because you can't highlight with markers. You can highlight with paint. You can just take a brighter color and put it over a darker color. Boom, now you have a highlight. With markers, you can't. If you go darker, you can't put a lighter color on top of a dark color. Dark color will just eat it. So, like, you have to plan everything. Every single highlight has to be planned beforehand. You can't just highlight willy-nilly. You can a little bit. Again, you can do it with colored pencils. You can use, like, some people use, like, white paint on top of stuff. I have, like, a little white marker, a little white, like, it's a tiny little paint pen kind of thing, and I use that for highlights. You can for stuff like that, but for the most part, the general saturation and hue of the piece, you have to plan the whole thing beforehand. You got one shot and that's it. And I like that. That for me is very, very, very necessary. But again, that is just for me. And I do digital stuff a little bit. Any of our logo stuff is always done digital. I work in Illustrator. And then, all right, cool, Dutch Yoda, just let me know. What was I going to say? I sketch digitally. So when I'm doing like concept work, when I'm just doing like the outline of the sketch, I do all that digitally, because then I want the forgiveness of digital. You know, I can work on shapes better. I'm not blowing through paper. I'm not like getting smudges all over, like pencil smudges all over. I can just draw digitally. I can like move stuff, make it bigger, smaller, you know, rotate it. I'm going to put this here and put this layer on top of this, and then really figure out and conceptualize what it is I want to do. I can do that digitally, and then once I'm happy with it, then I take it and do it physical. And then another reason why I like doing physical stuff is I like having an original. digital art, you don't have an original. There's no like original, you know, like I make prints of all my stuff, but there's an original of each one. There's not that in digital art, and that bugs me. It not bugs me as in like it's lesser or I hate it. It's just for me personally, I like having an original, and that's kind of taken away in digital art, and I don't like that as much. So that's my very long answer to that question. Sorry. Ask me questions and I'll talk for days. I work mostly in Illustrator, sketching and stuff. I prefer traditional vector artwork is pretty magical. I agree. I like working in Illustrator. I like working with vectors. I think it's really cool. They're so clean. They're so nice. Yeah, I do like digital art, and I love the look of digital art. It's just there's so much stuff you can do digitally that you just cannot do in the real world. There's just so much, especially for like a lot of fantasy art and sci-fi art. It's just like, oh, it's so beautiful, and you can't do it physically. You just can't. Like, there's no way you can do that. And that's why, like, people who poo-poo digital art, and I used to be one of them. I used to way look down on digital artists, way look down on them, and just be like, they're not real artists because they can just undo. They're lesser than me. I used to be that way. This is years ago, you know, when I first started doing art. But I really just mega salty, trolly about it. Just hated it. And I've since changed, obviously, and realized, like, oh, no, this is insanely difficult. It's just different. You know, baseball's not easier or harder than football. It's just different. You know, it's like, it's just different. It's just what it is. I think any good digital artist needs a good foundation in fine art. I completely agree. I went to art college and everything for fine art. I use the foundation to make my digital art better. 100%. You still need to know, like, anatomy. You still need to know, like, proportions and how and perspective and all the foundation of any art is the same. You know, it's like, there's no difference, and it ends up being the medium, and you have to kind of realize that. And that's what it took me a long time to realize, was like, hey, this isn't any worse, it's just different. And like, you need to realize that and stop being such a D-bag about it. Back like in high school, I was just like, digital artists suck. I was like mega bad about it. But like, you know, it's just, but also when I was in high school, digital art wasn't nearly as much of a thing. I mean, that was over 10 years ago. The amount of digital art has changed in the last 10 years is like, it's just, you know, it's just what it is. So it's funny to hear all the undo hate. I barely undo when digital painting. I also never use filters. It makes digital art look beginnery. Yeah, you know, again, if you do use it, you know, fine. You know, everyone does their own stuff. It's just different, you know? Okay, these are a billion different things. I think are these. How many are in each? Oh my gosh, there's so many of these. Hold on. $18. Oh my gosh. These the same? They are the same. Aha! Digital drawing will help traditional drawing, and traditional drawing will help digital. 100%, absolutely. Like I said, I sketch digitally, and it has immensely helped my traditional art. Absolutely, because it's just like, without it, like I get frustrated when I'm just going through like trial and error on a physical. Is that right, Cine Gamer? Oh, I like it. This is cathartic for me. I like putting stuff together like this. And also, chatting with you for the last 2 hours has made it much better. Because, or else I'd just be doing this alone, listening to probably Lord of the Rings on tape. Because that's what I'm listening to right now. What's the organizer for? It is for Gloomhaven, Hidden Trader. Gloomhaven. I am almost done. I think I only have like 1 or 2 more trays to go. 5, 10, 13. I need 5 more. Okay. Aha! Found them. I tried drawing digitally. I suck at it. It's hard. It's difficult, especially also because it's like, I don't have a digital pad I don't draw directly on my computer screen. There's lots of digital tablets that you do that. You draw directly on the screen. I don't have that. I have one where I draw here. That is something that is uber hard to learn. It's like drawing here, but looking at the computer is mega difficult at first. but you get used to it. Sweet Gloomhaven is the best. That's what I've been hearing. That's what we've been hearing. A very, 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 very generous follower gifted it to us. And gifted us this Broken Token insert because they're an insane person. But we love them very, very much. And then our live Q&A here is a Patreon stretch goal. So if anyone out there has a couple shekels and wants to support us, Patreon's a great way to do it. If not, don't worry. Everything's always going to be free. It don't make no difference. But it does help a lot. 5, 10, 15, 18. Cool. I think this is all the ones I need. I don't have the patience to draw anyway, but somehow I love to paint minis. Painting minis is very cathartic in my opinion. Painting minis also, in my opinion, is the most accessible form of art there is. By far. Because you can do a base coat and a wash and leave it just as that, and minis look great. And it's satisfying, and it makes your gaming awesome. So if people are like, I'm not an artist, paint minis. I maintain everyone can do it. Even if your hands shake, my hands shake, totally. So I'm using a Wacom stylus right now. I'll never go back to a mouse. No, I can't draw with a mouse. Absolutely not. Even if I'm doing like vector stuff, no, wait, I can't. Can you generally fix a bad mini paint job? Yeah, you can strip the paint. You can strip the paint using not super strong paint strippers. You can't use a big one because it'll melt the plastic. But yeah, you can do that. I draw on my Surface Pro. I traded in my Wacom Cintiq. I have a Huion something. I really like it though. Huion is great. Mike, I said more YouTube streaming. Oh, what are we making the insert for? Gloomhaven is what we're making the insert for. And yes, we are streaming a little more on YouTube. Not a ton more. And it's never going to be a lot. But we are starting a little bit more. This is this Q&A was a Patreon stretch goal. Okay, these going like that. Is that it? All right. I don't know how much it matters that I space these out, so I'm sure I'll find the hard way out eventually. I got my little side for a family friend's kid. I figured it'd be fun for them to paint and not worry about it. I agree. That would be a very good idea because those minis are big. They're big and they're detailed, but they're not like Kuma, you're not detailed where there's like a billion tiny little details. They're not like that at all. Boles said, I was in art school in the early and mid 90s when the Wacom tablets started to be a thing. They're awesome. They are awesome. They're just cool, man. I really like work on mine. I would love to upgrade eventually to the one where I'm drawing directly on the screen, but like the one I have is fine. And Huion tablets particularly are cheap too, and they're great. Oh, you're Dragon Bear. Okay, Mike, I didn't know that was you. What up? How are you, sir? Oh gosh. Come on. We've not broken any of these yet. It would be a shame if I started now. Time for glue. Have fun the rest of the insert. Peace out, be whoop. See you later. That's the Broken Token insert, right? I built that on a Sunday. It took about 7 hours, but was totally worth it. Makes the game setup easier. Yes, it is a Broken Token insert, and yes, it has been taking about 3 hours or so now. But I had Mike for 2 of the hours, so that helped. If it was just me alone, yeah, this would be probably at least a 4-hour thing. But hashtag worth it. I taught myself enough digital art to make very basic black and white maps for D&D. I would like to eventually turn the world map into a sun-aged nautical chart. Cool. But it's a little beyond my skill. Yeah, that's awesome, though. It's just great, you know? It's tradition. You always snap at least one piece of every insert I make. I know, right? It's like we've actually done okay so far. I would love to not, but I fully assume I will. Although I think I'm almost done, so. And we have not glued much. We've only glued things that were not staying in or were a little loose. So this thing is solid as all hell. Alrighty. So that's that one. The rest of them look like they all go every other one. So I guess I'll just do that. Again, I don't entirely know what these are for. So, but the good thing about these, I could take them out. So if I need to. It took one reason it took 7 hours. I made not sure not to damage or snap anything. That does help. That sure does help. With ones like these, it's hard to make both sides go in at the same time. You start getting it moved like that, and then it's like one's got to catch them. All right, Chad, I'll see you later. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I don't think I have too much longer, so thank you. I mean, we've had a decent amount of people watching this entire time. I've been very surprised. Heading out. Thanks, Jimmy. You got it, Noes. We'll see you later. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't yet. And you know, check out our top 100. Check out our Patreon. Check out our Twitch. Check out a lot of my stuff. You know what to check out. Come on, y'all been around. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rut-row. Okay, no, they double up on the end. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to put these in knowing that I can take them out. I don't entirely know what these are for, which is the issue. I don't know if they're supposed to be the same amount on each one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. There's 3 things. There should technically be 6 in each, right? That would make sense. I'm just going to do this. Kent, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? How's your baby? You just had it, didn't? When did Courtney give birth? It could have been that long ago. You don't see sponsors because Nick and Mike aren't bought. You better believe it. We're not bought, baby. We know how we do. People keep saying we are. It's pissing us off. I gotta say. Big question you'll be faced with whether or not you get rid of the 4 character boxes that will have to be stored in the character trays. I guess that's a big question. Still plan on punching the game? Probably not. I did not expect this to take as long as it did. So probably not. Because also, like, I don't know what any of those things in the game are. So, like, I won't really know where to put them in this. That's going to be a multi-hour thing. I've already been here for over 2 hours. So I don't believe so. If you're looking for a time reference, it'll probably take about 1 or 2 hours to punch Gloomhaven. That's my guess, and so I don't think so. Hey, I don't see sponsors. No sponsors. Come on, Bah Humbug. Do either of the Murphs brothers build model rockets? Models in general, as kids building inserts feels like putting together a rocket to me. We both built model cars sometimes. Mike particularly was more into it than I was. But we did build model cars occasionally, for sure. I would love to build, especially now that like I'm older and I would know how to do it and would be much more careful and stuff. Because it's essentially like it's what like building minis is ultimately. It's like building a model car, but they have warhammers and stuff and axes. Big, yeah, that's right. I read that. They fit under everything if you flatten them, but do cause a little bit of issues making everything line up properly. All right. Only the top 100 spot. That's true. Baby's great. 13 weeks. Thanks for asking. How are you all? We are great. I am very happy to hear about you, baby. 13 weeks. Wow. Might as well be an adult. Get that kid some cigarettes. Ken, where do all you live? I can't ever remember. I know you don't live near us. I said don't glue those, by the way. I am not going to glue these. No, don't worry. These ones I figured I would not be gluing. I glued the ends, but that doesn't actually touch any of these. Okay, so there's that one. Again, I don't know what this... North Carolina, that's it. I forgot. Sorry. That's right, because you guys are near enough to Dice Tower Con. Okay. Okay. There's this thing, which goes with this thing. Bang. Cool. Bang. Okay, I think I have... Just look at the assembly of the actual box once you put it all together. This is bananas. Oh my lordy. 2 hours from Dice Tower West. Yeah. But it's much closer to us though, so I'm very happy about Dice Tower West. But yes, very much so. Too far. Just too dang far. Okay, I think we are almost done. Alright, I got one more. I got 14, 15A, and 11B. What is this? 7. Oh, 7A and 7D, right? Aha! That's it. Can't be many more. This one's gone. Have you guys ever played any miniatures games? Not like big miniatures. I play a little bit of 40K. I'm very, 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 very slowly building a Tyranid army because I like the Tyranids most. What's up, Sean Bean? Dope. But not any other big miniatures games. We play some miniature board games, but that's it. Nothing massive. What is this? What is this? 11. Do I need 11? I do need 11. Okay. I need this piece too. No. I want to go to Dice Tower West, but PAX was cheaper somehow. Interesting. One thing about Dice Tower West, which is nice, is this, are these it? These are probably it. 15, 14. Haha. Flying to Vegas is cheap as hell. No matter where you're coming from, for the most part, flying to Vegas is hella cheap, which is nice. Because it'll make it easier for more people to get to that convention than, say, flying to Florida. I said, damn, you need to keep that page in the box just to be able to put it back together. Yes, I am going to be keeping this entire thing in the box, just in case. All right, so Courtney built this insert for us, and seeing what's involved, I'm glad she did. Yeah, she's a champion. She's the best of us, Ken. We all know this. Yeah, no way. This has been... I like this kind of stuff, but man, it is. Yeah, it's involved. I got a copy of Coma Ward yesterday. I used old pill bottles to store players in 7-day pill container. For tokens, it looks awesome. That's tight. I'm not going to lie. That's freaking tight. Alrighty. So we're going to go... Someone's getting at those leaves. I love that our mic is good enough for you to hear that. Yes, someone is straight getting at some leaves right now. Very true. Absolutely, sir. You know what's up. You know your worth. Product placement, Ralph's. You better believe it right here. Bang, see? People said we weren't bot. Bang. Ralph's, baby. New sponsorship, 2019. I wonder if there's has an episode of our top 100 come out today? I don't think it has yet, but I wonder if one will come out today. People can ask, like, when did they come out? I'm like, all right, up to me. Once we give them to Tom, it is 100% up to Tom. Come on, you bastard. Quit being a bastard, you bastard. Dope. 5041 has come out. Okay, cool, cool, cool. No wonder I'm so famous. That is dope. That is dope. I hear that one is terrible. I have no idea what games are on which one or what sponsorships are on which one. It's all a blur. It's like 50 hours of work in a week just on that alone. It's probably saying someone out there is getting that. Someone out there is getting that Gloomhaven insert. All right, they can hear me tapping away and hear like, oh man, I hear some Gloomhaven. Goodness. Tom has been shouting you two out a lot recently. He has. He mentioned us in his live Q&A. Has he mentioned us again somewhere? I think Tom is fond of us as in general, as we are of him. Board Game Breakfast. He shot us out on Board Game Breakfast? This one? This last one? I don't know where. Maybe I missed it. Funny because I subbed to you the 2 weeks before the top 100 on Dice Tower. And then I see you guys on there and I was like, what the hell? Is that? Did you not know we were on the Dice Tower? That's hilarious. I always went to Vaughn's. Oh, Vaughn's. Get out of here with your Vaughn's, Missy. Oh, Vaughn's garbage. He brought up the top 100 several times, and he recently said something about how he likes playing games with you. Yeah, he said he likes playing games with us during the during the live Q&A. But he brought up the top 100, which I would hope so, because it's on his channel, and I would hope that he wants people to watch it. But he did say that it is funny. that sounded sarcastic. No, he said it was hilarious, and that was a very big compliment. So we were very happy that he said that about us and about it. I think it's done. Did you move recently? If so, are you settled in now? No, we did not move recently. We may have to move. There's a very, 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 very good chance we're going to have to move. I know you guys were on the Dice Tower for the top 100. Yeah, that's where we got our start. It's all about Stater Bros. Cherry Joe's better than Ralph. Ralph's better than Whole Foods. Better than Fawn's. Better than Fresco Farms. Peter Newboom, you got it right. That is the accurate. That is the accurate order of things. But no, we didn't move. We're probably gonna. We might have to move. Because our roommate may be leaving, and if he does leave, we cannot afford to live here. Oh my gosh, this is so many things. Oh Lord. I'm going to have to, like, literally write the letter on all these trays. And then there's, like, character tuck boxes. Oh, my gosh, there's so much. Whole Foods has been sliding since they were bought up by the big A, of course. Like, they weren't going to be able to keep that up. Like, if they want to charge lower prices for stuff, that they're going to lose the quality. It's just how it's going to be. Don't move before my package arrives. Is it coming today? Did you send Vla? I want to try Vla, Dutch Yoda. I want to try it really bad. But yeah, so we may have to move. It's gonna suck, and I don't know where we're gonna live. Isn't that fun? Uncertainty is good. Is getting another roommate out of the question? No. It's just our roommate situation now is so perfect because he's never here. And, oh yeah, I am hammering on Santa. He's never here, and he's like a director. Like, so he understands like what we're doing. That we're in the entertainment industry. Like, albeit in a very niche market of the entertainment industry, but nonetheless, it's a similar thing to what he does, except for he directs movies and stuff. So like he gets it. He gets that like we're filming all the time in here, and like we monopolize like 80% of this apartment on our own. You know, we have the entire living room. This is our living room that we're in now. And he's the one that suggested that we move to the living room. Before that, our studio was in the dining room, and he was totally okay with that. Like, he's super, super, super... oh, this one. Yes. This is a Santa... It's like a Santa towel, I guess. It's a Santa towel. It's like a dish towel, you know? So, he's insanely cool about it. Totally gets it. Totally supportive. Like, you know... It's just great. Getting another roommate who's like as understanding about what we're doing as him is going to be hard. Because we basically have to have a roommate like, hey, it's going to cost a lot to live here because living here costs a lot. But we're going to monopolize like most of the apartment. And like when we're filming and we're streaming, like you can be hanging around, but you can't be making much noise because we're filming or we're streaming. And like having someone who gets all that and is like totally cool with that is going to be very difficult. Could it happen? Yes, because we're in LA, and people in LA, everyone is grinding and understands the grind. But, like, it's still going to be difficult. And where we live is really expensive, like, really expensive. And it's like, so I could we find a roommate? Probably. But it'd probably be easier to move. The problem is if we move, we got to find somewhere we can move, because anywhere else in LA, we probably can't afford to live unless we're living in like a really bad neighborhood, which we would prefer not to do. Oh yeah, where the hell did those things go? I am going to have to mark all these boxes with a letter because I'm not going to know what they are. There's one where all these boxes went into. What are these? Monster tuck boxes go into... where'd it go? This can't be all of it. Oh, it's this one. Okay. So I guess I'll put in these monster tuck boxes while I'm here. I don't know what any of those monsters are, but they're here. Paul just left Shepsy down moving with Quince. Right? We'll move over there. Back to the RV. Moving is not cheap either. No, moving itself is not cheap. And anytime you move, especially in LA, you pay more. Every single time you move, it goes... Like, you always end up paying more, especially in LA. So it's like every time you move, you're going to pay more than where you left. Unless you're moving, like, downgrading. Like, you know, you're moving to a worse neighborhood. So it's just like, it's... I think I found you guys from one of your videos talking about unique themes. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's just, I don't know. It's stressful right now because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where we're going to go. We don't know what we're going to do. So we are mega stressed about it. But that's life. That is life. Like, I don't know if these need to be in a specific spot or what. So I'm going to just put them in here. I pay like $300 a month to live in a garage. LA is fun. Yeah, I know someone who pays $700 and he lives under stairs. And I'm not kidding about that. Yeah. Quinn and the Brothers. I would love to live with those dudes. They sound like fun. And I would love to live in England because unless you're in London, it's cheaper than here. What else keeping you here in LA? I like LA. Mike's girlfriend is here also. Doesn't hurt. Wind Demon. That guy, apparently. There are things here. You know, all of our friends are here. All of our, you know, our people are here. The industry is here. Not necessarily the board game industry, but every other industry. Like, it's a place that, like, I don't know. We just dig it, you know, and I really dig it. We could live somewhere else and do what we do and live for cheaper, but like I don't know. Neither of us really has much interest in living anywhere else. New Patreon goal, keep Nick and Mike in their apartment. We're going to be making more than we do now on Patreon to keep that to happen. Patreon helps, don't get me wrong. The Patreon definitely helps a lot. And thank you everyone who has helped us out on Patreon or on Twitch or just in general. Thank you who sent us this. It's very, very lovely. And trust me, it helps. But we're nowhere near that, being able to pay our rent on it. It's just, I don't know, you know, we've thought about it moving somewhere else. We have seriously considered it before. With Mike and Karen now, I can't imagine what happened because he doesn't want to leave because she's here, and I agree. I don't want to leave either. It's tough. It's just tough here. And we are one sandwich away from RTFM, who is in the chat now. Hi. Exactly. I also, again, like, all of our people are here. I like being next to Shay. I like being a sandwich away from Shay at all times. It makes me very happy. It's just, this is where our heart is right now, you know? What's up, Big Mom? You know, it's like we don't have much interest in being somewhere else. I love the grind of LA. Well, I don't love the grind. I love the energy of LA. Everyone is hustling. Everyone is hustling. It keeps me hustling, like, because that energy is just in the city. It's just always like, whoa, always moving. Everyone's always keeping it pushing. You know, it's just like, you know, if we move, even if we move in LA, like we just moved to a different part of LA, we're gonna have to move somewhere quieter. Like, it's probably, we're gonna have to move out to like Ventura or something, which is like out like where Karen lives and stuff like that. But it's like, that's like a suburb, essentially, more or less. It's not even in LA County. You know, it's probably about an hour away from where we live now. And it's like, the fact that it's kind of more of a sleepy town is concerning to me. Because I'm just worried that, like, if I'm not around that energy, it'll be harder to stay motivated. Because it's easy to stay motivated in LA. Because you just walk out, you go to Starbucks, and there are... every seat is packed with someone who's like working on something. Someone's working on a screenplay, or someone's like drawing, or someone's like, everyone's just hustling in this town. And I love that feeling. I love that, like, that freaking, like, just, I don't know. I absolutely adore it. And I like being around that. And I don't have much, I don't have any interest in not being in a city. I am a city boy. I like being in the city. I love visiting nature. I love visiting small towns, cabins, things like that. Love it. Don't want to live there. I love living in cities. And so, like, honestly, put me in the biggest city on the planet, I'll be happy. And so, so yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's kind of what keeps us in LA. It's just the love, you know? And on top of that, like, stuff's here. Stuff's in LA. Stuff's not in Des Moines. No offense to Des Moines, but not in Des Moines. It's not in Des Moines. Although, you know what is in Des Moines? Cheap-ass real estate. Every once in a while, Mike and I, because we want to make ourselves feel very bad about our situation, we'll, like, look up rent anywhere else in the country other than New York or San Francisco and instantaneously get super salty about LA. Because even if you're living in, like, a big-ass city, like somewhere like Chicago, which is, like, a big, happening, dope-ass city, and it's like half the price. Now keep in mind, it's also very cold during the winter. But if you're not somewhere cold, like, oh my god, it's just, it's rough. It's rough, man. Like, it is tough to justify living here a lot of times. Especially like, because especially like what we're doing, we can technically do what we do anywhere. We don't need to be here. But yeah. In all seriousness, I feel what you're saying. I had a lot of the same thoughts and feeling about leaving New York City when I had to move out and move to Philly. Yeah, totally. You know, it's like, it's not the end of the world if we had to. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Reno rent is up to $1,500 to $2,000 for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. In Reno? Nope. Why would you want to live in Reno anyway? I've been to Reno many times. It's fine. It's not worth that. I was in Missouri. I was in Kansas City, Missouri. Or Kansas City, Kansas. They're basically the same. I was in Kansas City, Missouri for a wedding, and, like, oh my gosh. For what we pay now in LA, we could have a much, much nicer house. Not even an apartment. Much, much nicer house than we have now. And we could rent a second house and have that be our studio, and it would still be cheaper by like at least a couple $100 than, look, a bear, than living here where we live right now. Dutch, come on. Hang out. So there's a lot of good cities with their own great vibes and theater and whatnot. Oh, for sure. That's why, like, honestly, if we had to move somewhere, this place we'd probably most likely move is Chicago. Because we both dig the city a lot. It's got a great vibe, great theater scene, great improv scene. It's just, I like the feel of Chicago a lot. And there's plenty of other places that are worth going to LA other than LA, but I like LA. I love it here. I shouldn't, but I love it here. Love it here. Absolutely adore it here. And I shouldn't, but I do. I hear that, Brand. Diz. I moved out of Queens from a small 2-bedroom to an apartment on the boardwalk at the beach in Long Island, and my rent stayed the same. Wow. Yeah. That checks out. Good old Long Island. Long Island. Hate here, but I'm planning on moving soon in Reno. Yeah, I'm not a huge Reno fan. I mean, Reno's fine. There's nothing wrong with Reno. It's just, it's Reno, you know. That's kind of like the most you can say about Reno. Like, yeah, it's, you know, it's Reno. That's about what Reno's got going for. It is indeed Reno. Honestly, like, the heat would suck, but like Vegas is an option. I don't particularly want to live in Vegas, but Vegas is a great town outside of the Strip, and it's got great hiking, great climbing. And you want a cheap place? Vegas is cheap as hell. Chicago has weather though. Chicago does have weather, but I can handle the cold. I just don't particularly enjoy it, but I can handle it. But I really like Chicago. Yeah, in the Westwood LA area, we pay like $22.50 for a 1-bedroom. Kill me now, for sure, Peter. Peter, come out to our game group sometime. Come on. Yeah, Westwood is bananas. I mean, Westwood is just ridiculous. Like, it's just because it's right next to UCLA, so it's like there's no way. Like, it's gonna be. And on top of that, the apartments in Westwood suck. Like, most of them are all super run down. They're garbage, and they're so expensive because like college kids will pay it. You know, they ain't paying for stuff their parents are, or they're getting student loans. They don't care. You guys don't really know from weather. That's true. We don't know weather at all. We just moved up to Seattle from Dallas. We pay twice for 60% of the house. Oh yeah, for sure. You want cheap housing? Go to Texas. You can go to some dope places like Austin. I hear Austin's a dope town. Cheap as hell. Like, I get why people live there. Scott Brown said, come to Chicago. It's by far the best. That's what I love. I love Chicago. I do love me some Chicago. Again, if I had to choose anywhere, I'd push hardcore for Chicago. Hardcore. Reno's kind of an afterthought city. Yeah, it's Reno. It's Reno. Ain't nothing wrong with Reno, but it's Reno. It is indeed Reno. Alrighty, last tuck box, and then I think I'm gonna call it because there's other stuff that I think I need to actually have from the box to make everything like sit well. So I'm gonna probably call it after this. Archer. Okay. Come to Phoenix. You're 6 hours from LA. Phoenix is cheap too. It's a big city. Nice. Indianapolis. You won't have to get a hotel for Gen Con. That would be nice. That would be nice. I would not hate that. Alrighty. Well, that was long. Kind of Phoenix. Yeah, there's a lot of people in Phoenix. Yeah, I know Diz. I know you that Arizona boy. I want you, but traffic. Maybe one day I'll come. You gotta come at least once. Philly, if you're actually gonna move, well, plug Philly. I don't think we're gonna move. I can't imagine we would move, but technically it's possible. I pay like $650 for a 3-bedroom, but everything is smaller over here. That's true, but I won't mind a smaller place. That doesn't bother me. It's the area around. It's the city is what I need. You know, it's like that's what I want. Phoenix is big and getting bigger. Yeah, Phoenix is like in the top 5 biggest cities in the country at this point. It's huge. Lots of people in Phoenix because it's cheap. Getting the standees and tuck boxes is its own adventure. I am sure of that. Yeah, these are great. I don't know how useful they're going to be because of that reason. I know there's standees and stuff, and I'm like, are you able to fit the standees in here? These do look very nice like this, though. Bang. And we got a last quick Phoenix Coast to Vegas 2. It's great. 3 hours to snow. That is true. Favorite. That's why I like Sacramento, where we grew up in NorCal, because it's like everything's close. 2 hours from the snow. 2 hours from the beach. It's great. They have videos specifically showing how to fit the standees and cards in the tuck boxes. That's hilarious. And of course they do. Alrighty, my peoples. I think I'm going to call it. This hour-long Q&A has been almost 3 hours. So, look how pretty. Thank you again, the person who sent us this. I don't know if they are cool with us saying so I have not said so, because a lot of people are very, they don't want to be acknowledged. But nonetheless, if you want to, call yourself out. But thank you so much for sending us Gloomhaven, sending this insert. Again, we were planning on punching out Gloomhaven. Instead, spent like 3 hours doing building one of these instead, which is just fine, and I'm more than happy to. I am hungry though, as it is. It's 1:45. Oh my gosh! I didn't know it was that late. I thought it was like 11. We started at 11. What the hell am I talking about? Nonetheless, thank you so much. Again, follow us over on Twitch if you like us live streaming, if you like our cool live streaming setup and stuff like that. We live stream 2 or 3 days a week over on Twitch, depending on the week. We will be live streaming tomorrow. We're going to be playing Dinosaur Island, probably Totally Liquid expansion, or we might play Dualosaur Island. It's going to be Dinosaur Island something. Tomorrow, we're going to play at 6 o'clock, and then this Sunday, we have Kickstart Let Heart, where we go through Kickstarter with the chat. So please be there for that. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't, check out our Patreon if you feel like giving. And check out our Top 100 over on the Dice Tower. A new episode apparently has dropped. I love you all. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. If not, we'll see you in the comments or on our next live stream here, which will be sometime. I don't know when. We only do one live Q&A, but we'll probably do more and more stuff here because... we got to hit the YouTube audience. We can't expect everyone to come over to Twitch with us. All modules are Totally Liquid? Probably. I don't know. Well, I'll have to ask Mike. I read the rulebook. He hasn't, so I'll fill him in on it and see how he feels. It's a lot of modules. We'll probably play with like maybe 2 or 3. I know we definitely want to play with the sea monsters because that's like kind of the theme of the thing as a whole. Probably the blueprints because they seem pretty easy to put in. Maybe the executives. Yeah. I'm also curious if that game at 5 players. It's a bit much at 4. I don't know if I'd want to play 5. Nervenstein, Girly Gamer, we're leaving. I'm sorry. Hello, though, and thank you for being here. But unfortunately, I'm going to eat lunch because we have been. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. So I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we'll see you. See you later. Bye bye.